Right through to 4 o'clock this afternoon. We did get a bit of a choppy start to the day, but back to the downside we go at this point. Unfortunately, it has been one of those days. We saw all kinds of strength throughout the week from growth stocks. Specifically, the tech sector led the market back higher for the past 3 sessions in a row. In fact, it is today. Those same stocks back to the downside, even though I can show you the dollar actually coming off pretty hard here in the afternoon. Back towards that 106 area for the DXY, the 10-year with a big move to the downside this afternoon as well. So dollars coming off, treasury yields coming off, not benefiting the market. However, here we go, 1.2% for the S&P right now, 0.7 for the Dow, about 2% now, 2 full percent kind of day for the NASDAQ, leading the way, as I mentioned. Bottom end of the board there, 0.6 for Bitcoin, Ethereum, 1 full percent after they were positive. As well this morning. We'll get rid of this and show you this. Red board now. If you remember, halfway through the morning, it was pretty evenly split here. Half green, half red. Not the case now. It is tech stocks up here, top left, that are leading the way to the downside. Semiconductors, hardware, equipment makers, software makers as well, all in negative territory. HCA down here standing out. It was a earnings name from this morning, better than expected, so up 12%. But look at the rest of the healthcare group, pretty ugly. CCL, NCLH, and RCL over here. The cruise lines, even the casinos, back in negative territory after being positive all week long. We will get, looks like anyways, Macau casinos back open tomorrow, in fact, in China. So that should help things out a little bit. Meta, top of the board up here in the communication services group, 7.5%. Look at what's right below it. Google's down 6% today. Pretty impressive move for that's G-O-O-G, not G-O-O-G-L, but they're both here. 6.2% for Google, pretty impressive move. Verizon here after earnings as well. Missed expectations. I wanted to mention Philip Morris, PM. We talked about it late in the day yesterday. It was a positive one off of earnings, but they're few and far between now as we approach that 2% mark, as I said, for the NASDAQ. Anyway, hope your afternoon is going well. Just seeing, looks like Christine Lagarde, ECB President Christine Lagarde, making some comments right now. So we'll keep an eye on currencies. We'll keep an eye on the overall market. There is already some bowling practice going on. It's Trader TV Live bowling night coming up tonight. There's a whole bunch of trash talking that's been going on between our production crews, so we'll get into that a little bit coming up. But let's start things off with a look at what we were talking about this morning and see how you did, how we can improve going forward. That's the key, as we always need to review. Here comes Neil with just that.
Yes, sir. We're going to talk Snapchat for the trade of the day. If stock's down 38% on earnings after failing to give guidance, then certainly this is going to be something we can learn something from. Now, I'm not going to tell you that I had a monster winner on Snapchat today. I'm not even going to be able to tell you that I had a great short on Snapchat today. But the only way that I was able to get away from this unscathed and be at least slightly up was by accepting the reality of the situation at the open. Now, if there's one thing that we've talked about when it's these beat up names, and when I'm using the daily chart here to show you guys what beat up means. Snapchat, last time they had their earnings, they actually guided poorly, and they reduced guidance going into it and then missed, and it was down like 30-something%. Today, you are already crushed. And then you are breaking these lows when they fail to guide. Like you had this last ditch level of support at $12 and breaking down. Now, if I've seen it in Robinhood and I've seen it in a lot of these other ones that have gapped and made that press to the downside, I even coined a saying for the last quarter and a half. And that was, if it doesn't break the low, there's only one place to go. So at the open today, or at least, sorry, in the pre-market today, I should say, because it was before the open, you saw it take out the low at 11. I get into the short, and if you're watching the live show, you'd heard me say, if this doesn't follow through, I don't want to get trapped at the bottom. Now, that's a mixed decision here, because if you look at what ended up happening, yeah, I would have had the risk back into this range here, but getting out essentially flat for a few pennies worth of a loss was a misstep, because we could have taken that nice scalp trade pretty clean, only going against you 5 pennies to maybe make 2 to 3 to 1 down to like an 85 print. Wasn't really hunting for that. At that point, I feel like this should be doing that, or I don't want it because you're going to get trapped, because this is what I thought was going to be the boom into 1150. in my inclination, given what had happened in Robinhood and some of the other stocks that I'd seen, if we were going to have that failed break and then going into the open we were going to reverse, I wanted that long and then punch it up. I ended up taking only half out. Like sometimes that's a really good trade, but trust me, I was still holding on to half the position to get the next move up from that 11 break, getting out in front of 11.10, 11.20s or so, and then looking for that punch up to 11.50. Now, I wasn't expecting it like Robinhood did on its day after earnings to halt to the upside. Different levels of short interest. Snapchat not that heavily shorted. Robinhood was, but I was expecting a push up after that fail. Instead, it just instantly breaks. I'm out in front of that last breakout. We're exactly the same level we're taking it off of. 11s and 10.95 was the price area the entire time. So I adhere to my stop. I limit the downside loss, but I have no reversal short. And I don't think I'm ever going to get short there. But if there's a lesson to be learned about it, it's that this right here is your opportunity to get into the trade. If I like that $11 level, then when we come back up, retest the pre-market low and establish that, you've got to be thinking short. And the reason why you're thinking that is, well, it didn't do the jailbreak. It didn't break the backs at the open of the shorters, and we are below that resistance level. Now, once you've missed out on that entire trade, here's the advantage of being a prop trader and having direct market access. Because it came to $10. You can see all this activity at $10. Monster bid at $10. The stock is short sell restricted, meaning you can only remove liquidity off the bid to take a short position if there's an uptick. That makes it very difficult if there's a very large order on the bid at $10 for that to get taken out without people that are long punching out. So in this particular case, it was as simple as going long ones and then scalping for everything that you can. And as a matter of fact, there was somebody, and kudos to them, I saw them take a huge Edge X order, just 1s to 3s, just threw it on the book and took 2 cents. I was essentially scalping all the way up. We got some 10s. It was 1 to 5s and then 1s to 10s a couple of times there. When it did a wick off bottom, we jumped back in a couple of times and did the same thing. But it really isn't giving you much more than 5 or 10 cents. That's how weak it is. So it's embarrassing to be able to say that, of all people, I didn't really have the short here today in Snapchat, but I was at least willing to be patient and then flip to more of a gimmick trade, just going long off that 10 level. Sometimes you take the trade that's going to be there for you. And other times, you have to just sit there and accept the fact that you've missed the move and all you can do is learn from it. And I know exactly where and how and why I should have had the short position. There's no question. This is where I want to be short. That's the one mistake that was made. I don't mind losing here. I don't mind getting long here. I don't mind stopping out there. But that's exactly where I should have been getting short. Take that setup all the time. As always, this is brought to you by Day Trade the World. Start your day trading career with Day Trade the World. Get the capital you require to put on trades just like this. And always learn from your mistakes and be better every single day.
What a mess Snapchat was, what a mess the entire social media group has been because of this Snapchat report. Top of the list this morning on the watch list, guys, was Snapchat, along with the rest of the social media stocks on that list right there. Make sure you grab that every day and have the opportunity at least to take that same exact trade. Here was a note. I mean, it was Goldman, but it was also 3, 4, 5 other ones piling on thick and fast this morning following this report from Snapchat. Goldman with a lot of negative talk here on this report in general, but as Neil was saying, it was all about the non-guide from Snap. But what a mess this report has been. And the day follows through. I was just watching Tesla here, trying to take out day lows. We're back to exactly flat, in fact, for Tesla, but all kinds of volume once again right across the board. I mean, let's continue the conversation here as far as these social media stocks are concerned. You can have a look at Pinterest. You can have a look at Meta. You can have a look at Twitter, even with its own report today. It's been a pretty ugly day right across the board, guys. Hey, it's Friday afternoon, finally.
Well, the only one that it's not ugly for is Twitter. Twitter's actually.
Yeah, I'm short Twitter. It's fine, but it's not.
Yeah, it's the resistance at 40's been there for a bit on Twitter, but I think it's a different story. Some of these others, like Twitter has avenues to the company being, sort of screwed in terms of the fundamentals. I'm talking about like your bad report, and maybe it should be down. I think it probably should be down more than this. But you're pricing in the case of Twitter, the chance that there's a positive outcome for them. Like that's a potential. There's a potential. I don't think it's a great one for 54.20. There's a potential for a lower bid. There's a potential for an increased breakup fee. I don't know that one's going to give you as much juice as many people might think. And then, of course, there's the worst, which would be a 1 billion breakup fee, which does nothing for them. And then the stock's going to be under $30. But yeah, that's the only one holding up, man. Like Meta, despite the fact that I'm long Meta right now, Meta's down 7.5% into their earnings. Like, remember, so correct me if I'm wrong, but the last time this happened, when it was all doom and gloom for all the advertisers, and then it wasn't necessarily, I know for, and all it would really take, let's put it this way, you're down 7.5%, they haven't reported yet. Google's getting crushed and they haven't reported yet. All it has to be is not a disaster for those two next week, really. If you think about what's just happened here, I'm not saying they've gone too far to the downside. Everyone's concerned that the ad numbers are reflective of a slowdown in the economy and the R word's getting thrown around and these names will be under pressure. That makes total sense to me. But the lack of bounce here has been a little bit shocking. There was some at 172. You can see it getting to 73. Now off of 168.5, 169. I wish that wick was real up to 171. But you're not really seeing any follow through. Like it gets to the first level of resistance and then it just pulls right back down in. So, with the exception of Twitter, which again has its own special circumstance across the board, Snapchat has been bringing all of these names to the downside.
Katrine, maybe. Yeah, I was just talking with Maggie here about a few things. Okay, let's move on that one. Yeah, so right now, let's just go. It's a hot dog kind of a day right now. As if you've been watching me on Twitter, I have posted some of these plays. And look, we were long all day here on Apple, making money long until eventually we broke that 155. And now look, short. And the short killer's in right now. It's $1.25. We're still in this level here, short to the downside. I'm going to put a bid down here at 153.50 or something like that. Might as well just take another piece out as we're bouncing around here off the bottoms. The same thing's true for Meta. We switched up our game on Meta as well to the downside. I know we're sort of jumping off here to social media right now, but just to give you an update on what I'm doing on Snap, it's very similar to what Neil was talking about there off the open, where I was long until eventually we broke back down through 1050. So really the disaster started early when we were defending this 11 area, and then we were able to get out once it broke right there. And then we just started going long at 1050, which is some outs at 1060, so making a little bit of money back. Snapchat's going to be my worst stock today, but it's not a big hit at all because we started again then shorting here, and it's going to look a little bit ridiculous, but we are short now at 1008 here, and we've been getting some out 1005s. We did dip down into 1001 there. I still feel like we can hold through. If it breaks through 1015, we're going to get out of that one, but for me, it's been pretty simple here. Was biased long, flipped over to the short. We made a lot of money back on the short, so thankful for that one. And then we do have, I don't know, do we have Twitter talking about this soon? I guess that's going to be social stocks. Twitter, we still have that short. We reloaded this short. Look at this today on Twitter, man. Short early, that was wrong, but it gave us an opportunity to average into the upside, which we got all out. And then we took another 39.85 short there, where we covered in the 50s and the 60s. So, yep, it looks like it's going to be a rinse and repeat kind of day here as we wait to see what this NASDAQ wants to do, Brendan, taking out the lows right now.
S&P as well, now 1.5%. What a reversal from remember when we were above 4,000 this morning? That was fun. GME was on the watch list this morning as well following this split. Yeah, so seemed to be a bit of a non-event today for GME.
The good news about GME is I think since the open, I made the top wick, and it wasn't a short, but that's about the only thing, that's not good news at all. That's the worst thing possible. GME, it felt like a nothing burger because of the volume, and I should have just stuck with that and then jumped into the short position. I wanted it at $40, which would have been 160. That's the level on the daily chart that we just ran into. And then it had signs of a wick off bottom at the open. Like it flushed, broke the pre-market lows, and then snapped back up to reestablish support exactly where it had before, right? So I'm thinking it's not the same thing as Snapchat, but it's very similar. It's like, hey, okay, you just failed a low break. I think resistance is at $40, and I can get in at 38. Then I get out the first leg right here. We're consolidated 38.50. I'm like, okay, we're off to the races. And next thing you know, I'm getting stopped out. Once it reclaims below that pre-market level, we're just going to get out of it. And then this is the thing, exactly the same as Snapchat. Stop out, previous support for the stop. Where did it then fail when it tried to get back to the upside? Like, that's your short entry point here. Yeah, I mean, obviously this is the best short you can have is up here. No question. 38, 38.5. But the short that once things settle down and it picks a little bit of a direction for you, you got a good risk to reward is to just simply take it here. 37.25, your stop outs, maybe like 40 to 50 cents of that upside, and then Bob's your uncle. Sometimes it's about being able to find that little reversal point there. At this point, like we're more short than we are long, obviously going into the afternoon with the market heading down to these lows, but there were some really great reversal opportunities early on today. And I guess it comes down to always wanting that follow through the next day. The longs were so good yesterday that you can want that follow through. It just didn't happen today, and you had to be able to accept it. GameStop was probably an easier one to avoid, I think, for me than Snapchat. I'm probably going to play Snapchat that way almost every single time, but GameStop, I did really want to short it. I just kind of felt it was going to do some kind of a push into 40. Like, I thought there'd be some kind of hype on the split that might have got it to that 40 level.
Okay, just looking here. Yeah, you're talking about some longs here. We're still in that Snapchat short, which is starting to fall back in a little bit here. Let's put something on the bid and just get out of a little bit more. And it really hasn't moved that much. So if we can get something out on Snapchat at 04, we should do that. You know, we're short 09 here. It's not a huge win or anything. We did ring the register there on Apple out of half of what we had left at 55. We were waiting for that bottom. It did tick the bottom. I was waiting for it to break that bottom, but that didn't happen. So right now, what I have to do now is really go back over and look at some of these levels because we've pulled back so far now in the NASDAQ down that 2%. And remember earlier, you know, when the market was hovering and I switched this over, and a shout out to whoever that was in the chat, you know, so we did have that bearish feel when the market was about flat to down 0.5% or something this morning. We switched that guy over there. It's never a good sign when a lot of these tech names start to lead the way to the downside. I mean, the most ridiculous play for me, and this is GME. So Neil just went over the levels, but I'll just give you what I was talking about earlier was going to be this 40 break. If we ever broke 40 to the upside, that's where I liked it. Obviously, it's not down 76% today. If we look at it here from a 3-minute chart on a split adjusted level here, you know, there's that $40 up there. That's $39.60. I was going to look at it because it was an even dollar level, you know, 40, 30, things like that, 35. I mean, that's where we bounced today, $35 right there. So, you know, but anyways, those are good little levels there for GameStop. AMC, all that today, not really. I mean, active, but not to the upside, to the downside, of course. So some of these meme stocks not really going. But now that we're on meme time here, let's go over to Bed Bath & Beyond, which yesterday, if you guys remember, when that report came out, and I hope that my trades are on here. Yes, they are. There's that report of somebody taking 6.2% of the company there, and 540, we take that high break. We get out at 580. And then if you see what it's doing today, so there's our out today, and then boom, 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 back all the way down to that downside and trying to bounce off $5 again. So if you're looking at anything like that, maybe Bed Bath & Beyond might be something to look at. But there it is. We just reloaded Meta, just in case you guys were wondering. We just reloaded that in the 80s, and it's right back down here to 60s. So as per usual, man, let's get a piece out if we can in the low 60s there. And we just got short there, 84. So we're going to take 20 cents again, just like that, hopefully on a little bit of a move down into the 70s. So yeah, we're just kind of resting on some of these shorts, getting more short. The out for Meta is a breakthrough 170. So I'm not trying to play this, you know, too far in. I definitely understand that there is going to be a move back to the upside at some point here. I feel like it anyways. We're getting close to this 50-period break on the NASDAQ, so I never want to be short anything if we're going to hover around there and let alone break it. So if that does happen here for Meta, we're going to be out at 170, just making sure that I have that order out, and I don't. So I got to get that out right now on the 170 long break.
Worth a watch if you were not with us this morning to go back and have a look at the pre-market this morning from the show. We had Michael Noss on from Trade Ideas and got some great insight on bear market rallies, which he was pretty convincing in the sense that we might be in one right now and what to look forward to as an indication of that. But the entire point here, maybe some profit taking at the end of a week that's been a very profitable week for the overall market and obviously individuals as well. I want to show you the 10-year here because typically if we have a negative day, this is an hourly chart of the 10-year. So we're all the way back to 2.79 right now on the 10-year. Remember last week it was 3 and change, 3.01 even at one point. Here's the dollar kind of grinding along lows, but bouncing back to the upside as well. So everything, including equities, the past couple of weeks we've seen anytime equities were higher, these down, but today everything back to the downside, including crypto, guys. Yeah, Bitcoin with a bit of a sell-off here late in the day, dragging down even the crypto stocks that were higher to start.
Across the board, like Silvergate's down 9%, Coinbase, and the frustrating thing is there were shorts that we liked, and at some point I'll probably talk about a firm, although it already got brought up in the chat. It's like, Neil, how pissed off are you that you're not short a firm at $30 right now? More than you think, because I was short a firm at $30. And I lost it. Well, I made some in the beginning, and then I lost on it back. But I'm not in the trade. And I did like a short on Coinbase today. It was a little bit higher. Like the start of the target zone would have been up at that 77, and that's pretty much where it got to. I just thought when the market was strong early on, it really felt like, as usual, we were making fresh highs and holding the lows at 930. So it felt like, oh, if you've got levels higher, you're going to get them. So just be very, very patient. Don't jump in too early, because then you'll be short and holding it like $2 or $3 against you. And that ended up being like just dead wrong, because at that initial push just faded right away. And then you have like a triple top like this, where I'm waiting for it to start to test a little bit higher. And then you just get that rug starting to pull back in. But it didn't matter what you looked at. Obviously, when you get these kind of pullbacks, like look at Mara off of that 14 level. Like just an absolute rejection and then failing off 13. It's bouncing now off 12, but you're just getting a lot of profit taking, I'd say. However, for something like this, you're still within the range of the last couple of days. When we started this week, Amara was coming off like $8.50, $9 on a breakout, and it's still up 20, 30% from there. So there are a fairly decent number of names out there that are holding up on the week. So that's why you kind of consider it that profit taking. There's some levels that are getting held and showing some respect. But yeah, crypto, there were opportunities for those shorts. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't really favoring any of them. I was trying to get Coinbase, however. I was on the offer in the morning. It just never got to my price, which is almost the story of the day. Oh, just very quickly here, I want to get over to, I have a target. I actually have an offer on Meta, and I'm going to show you sort of why. Like the 168, like where it's holding right now for a bottom, that just goes back to the beginning of this week where you had a breakout at this price, and then on Tuesday you were holding support there. And that's why I'm looking at this chop zone here. It's a 170 into this 172, like the same zone you got there, you've got it in here as well. So when it bounces, I'm looking for that out. That's why we like the long in front of 72. That's why I like the long into that range. So if this sustains the move through 170, I'm already on the offer shy of VWAP in front of 171. I'm not even looking for VWAP. I'm just looking for that, like 70 to 80 cents into 171 here if Meta's going to be able to make that bounce. And then in front of 72s, it's a short. You turn that support into resistance if it gets up there for me.
All right, I just got out of Meta, but I want to get back in now on that move. Darn it, took that 170, we got out. Meta's a very, very positive stock for me today. Very, very happy with it. So let's try, let's try to reload that. I thought 170 breaks, and we may go back up to the upside, but look what happened to the NASDAQ there. It was fluttering. Now it doesn't look so good now, but it was fluttering there above the 50 period, and now that move comes back in. So we should still be, I got to get rid of some of my bids here so I don't get long on Meta. Oh man, that sucks. We'll try one more time. We'll give it a little more room to the upside, because we see where it wants to go on a break, right? So it wants to go to just over that 170. So we got to give this to like 170.20 maybe, something like that on a move back up. So oh darn it. Oh man, that really sucks. We just missed that. And that's going to happen in these markets, man. You're going to get wicked out a little bit on some of these plays. So I didn't get wicked out. It took 170. That is the trade, and I'm happy to do it, but not happy with that result there, obviously. But okay, we'll move on from that one. Meanwhile, Snap, we just got a bunch of O's there out. So it came back in a bunch of outs there at 0 and 01. So we are short here at 9. This has done almost 300 million shares. So easy to get in, easy to get out of Snapchat right here, but just be careful with it. If it takes that 10-15, we want to get out. That's that high that I'm playing off of right there. 10-15. Yeah, crypto's been a crazy crazy ride over the last little while. I was always talking about Hut 8, you guys know that, and that's up to $2. We were talking about this down at 150 not too long ago, right down here, and then the last 4 or 5 days, it's giving you that nice return. So I clearly remember discussing this. I hope some of you took this trade here on Hut 8 as it's a nice one up to 235. This is the name that you want to be in if you are a bull and want to get those returns on the crypto market. I really think Hut 8 has been so aggressive whenever Ether and some of those altcoins start to go up. I really like Hut 8 here.
Just looking at this BAOS, little one just popped up on a volume screener here through 160, but nothing too exciting. Wasn't even doing anything all day until an hour or so ago. Little tiny $1.50 stock. Let's talk Tesla. Here's a note from JP Morgan this morning with a price target raise, I guess, for Tesla, even though it's below where it is right now, significantly, guys. But positive sentiment, anyways, coming off of what happened yesterday. A huge day, obviously, for Tesla. But here we are kind of chopping around so far.
Like Tesla tried to do exactly what it did yesterday, which was lift the entire market and put it on its back when the market was dying. And this is what happened in the morning. Like Tesla was breaking out and the market was sort of doing that dilly-dallying back and forth. And then Tesla's strength ended up winning out and just a boomer to the upside. And it looked for a lot of reasons the same thing was going to happen again. Like it had a dip at the open, it then came back and was breaking out, it then held the higher low. By that time, I was more or less done with the trade because the market was sort of telling you that this felt weaker across the board. But I had the breakout. I was trying to structure it the same way we did yesterday, which was taking the break, making sure we get some out, adding on the next break to the upside, scalping the whole way, maintaining, buying the dip. Like it felt like it was going to do the same thing. Then you put off this huge wick candle when it failed the 840 break, and then it wasn't as obvious the second time we got to 840. That was the problem. We got to this 840 the second time, and it still felt pretty strong. You're like, oh yeah, you're gearing up. And this entire time that we were gearing in the flag, I was ready to take a breakout, just saying the market holds up, Tesla can get through the high, I'm thinking long. Never really thought about the short trade. So overall, it was pretty solid because I only had to take one hit in Tesla, and it was the last of the 4 entries. But again, it was just no shorts. No shorts at all. And yeah, you can flip short late, but I didn't even flip short at any point in Tesla here. As a matter of fact, Tesla's still doing solid. It's actually flat on the day, which is more than a lot of different stocks can say. Given how far it had come yesterday, it's pretty solid that it's able to hold this much up. But there were reversal chances here. You give this to the high of the day, where I'm going to reverse anyways, and take an 838 short. Their report was pretty good. But this is one of those situations where if you sell enough, and we were saying this in the morning, it doesn't matter how strong usually an individual stock is. If there's enough selling in the overall market and it's a big name, it's usually going to eventually follow suit. And then you just got to be able to fade into it. There's one stock that I haven't mentioned. I'm just going to quickly go over to it. Alibaba. This is another one where I wanted shorts like 107, didn't get it. You can see it fall all the way down. It then broke 100. So right now it's just playing off Alibaba 100. And the other thing that's going on with BABA is the break of the 50-period moving average and that 100 recent support. So this is another chart. Double top, rejecting the 200-period, now breaking the 50-period. Not a very good look for BABA here. I have scalped a little bit out, but if the market makes another low, I'm kind of thinking this stock could get to 97.5, 98. So I am holding out for a little bit more on Alibaba, despite the fact it's just barcoding off of this 100 level. I'm looking at the higher time frame and thinking there are some legs to get back down to these levels that we saw last week, down around 98, 97.5. So BABA, another one to add to the list, down 5%, but still feel like it could go a little bit lower here. 100 such a key level. I do have a stop at 120, 100 and then 25, so it's a relatively tight stop. I hate getting caught at the bottom, and it's been consolidating long enough that, hey, if we get a bit of a bounce, understand that you could be staring 101 in the face very, very quickly.
All right. Oh, man, I'm a little bit upset because, yeah, we did have that meta short. Like, that's unbelievable. We had that. It went up to 170. Should have given it a little more room. Now you're down to 169.34. So, my number one stock's Apple, but my number 2 today is Meta, followed by Twitter. So we're all over these names today. We did reload the Twitter. I thought we reloaded. Where is, oh, we didn't get the Twitter reload yet. Okay, I'm waiting for it at 92. I thought I got it, but we're gonna reload this one into 40. If the market wants to fall, let's see if eventually Twitter decides to go down. I thought I got it, I didn't. There's really nothing happening on. It's amazing that this vol, like look, oh my God. Next time I'm gonna get it and then I'm gonna mention it to you guys. Oh. But anyways, okay, that's just part of the show, part of the life. But there it is right now. Now Meta's going back to the downside. That's unbelievable that I just said that, and then I don't know if it was one of you guys or not, just smacked that down there, a couple thousand shares. Like I said, it's not really moving that much, but good call whoever did that. I should have done it myself before I started talking, but right there, I thought I had it, 39.92, it just didn't. So maybe it'll come back up and float. There it is, someone posting 5,000 shares now, so that should get that back to the upside right now. But yeah, definitely Meta, a missed opportunity there. I would go long on this, but I don't really like the longs here as this market's coming back in, so that's an easy answer for me. No on the long for Meta, but there is some size there. I'm watching this guy. See how he's just bringing this up? 120, 120, 120. Now he's starting to get hit, and there he goes.
They were doing it before, too.
Yeah. Damn it. I cannot believe that. That would be a good trade for us. But we're going to miss some trades here on the show for sure. Someone said, why are you looking at Snapchat? It's not moving. Yeah, valid point. Next on that one, not really moving. Google.
Volume, that's why.
Yeah, but I'm not trading it. I mean, I'm just getting out. Maybe I should be going short and just getting in and out if there's a lot of volume, that's for sure. Google down 7% today. You know what? Like, honestly, if I wasn't doing this show, and maybe I'll just do it anyways, go in there and buy some Google today, because we sold Tesla yesterday, I remember, to raise some cash. And I said to Trader Pratt on the midday show that I personally am going to wait for earnings to come out before I do anything. I mean, I really think Meta is going to be a great longer-term play. But, I mean, Snapchat really sends this whole sector crushed today. If you're depending on ads, like, probably Pinterest is probably down like 90%. Google down today as well, down 7%. Twitter, obviously on their report for some reason, not down. So that's going to be interesting to see where they go. Meta, Snap, Twitter, Google, Pinterest, probably Etsy. I mean, let's just have a quick look at Etsy. I haven't even looked at Etsy in years, it seems like. Actually, they're fine today, so there it is. That's wrong. And then maybe Pinterest, let's see what they're doing today. That's a New York stock. Like, of course, Etsy's NASDAQ, Pinterest, New York. But here we go. Come on, what's Pins down? $18. Wow, that's down pretty far. Remember there was some, yeah, down 15. So there was that one company there the other day, and again, it wasn't Elliott, but it was somebody looking to take a stake in Pinterest. Yeah, I guess they never found a buyer after all. It went up to $24 there that day. They're probably long right around here. So if you're looking to go long on Pinterest, maybe Brendan, if you remember who that was, came through and wanted to, they mentioned taking a stake, a pretty aggressive stake there, looking to sell it in Pinterest. But down there to $17 again, basically all-time lows here for Pinterest coming through right now again. So watch out for that dump down through $17.
It was Elliott. That's why, remember like today when I was confused and I said Elliott for somebody else? It was because it was Pins and Elliott, and then I was saying that for BBBY. I had it in my head, Elliott in my head, because it was
We're going to get out of more Snapchat.
So like, well, I guess we'll both be frustrated on Meta, because I let 120, 170 go, and then my break-even stop on Meta was long exactly 169. That just broke back down. So I'm out of that one. Justin, only now all we got is shorts now, which is Bob, and I do have another short. It is Micron. This is one from the prices from this morning where I was shorting Micron, and again, it's just one of those situations where this actually was stronger than I thought. I was shorting off to 62, it stopped out, it made a high at 63. Once it reestablished 62 as resistance, I was like, let's just go back to shorting that level. So I'm still sitting in this one. I haven't had a chance to reload, but I'll reload closer to 60 or 70, closer to VWAP than anything else on Micron here. So I do have a second short, not just Alibaba, but that was one where it wasn't easy taking some of these shorts today. Like if you like short levels, they probably stopped you out, and then they never extended to higher levels for you, unfortunately. But either way, we're going to be into this one for more shares. If we catch a market bounce here, I got to find something I like to the long side, because there wasn't a heck of a lot that I did love.
I just took your play from you, basically.
Oh, the Meta?
Yeah, we went long Meta there off 169 and just took a little bit out there for 25 cents. I mean, let's see if it gets back up to that upside 169.40. I mean, I think it's going to drop down. I just noticing the market starting to get excited here, back up to that upside. So even though the market's getting juiced right now, this is not even moving Meta. Like Meta doesn't even want to go upside. So I am sitting there at 40 now to get something out if it does go back up to that upside. But watch out. I think it's going to break back lower again. 168.80 on Meta. Watch out for that play one more time to come in. So we'll have to get our stop order in on that one for sure. Obviously, we still are waiting here at 92. So maybe it comes back in and I can finally get that short that we wanted to get on Twitter. And then Snapchat made that move down to 10. And I was sitting there at 10.01 and didn't get anything. So hopefully that comes back in again. The market is trying to go back up to the upside. Remember, we're about an hour and a half away from hour and a half away from the close of the market, half an hour away from 3 o'clock, where these markets will get going once again, hopefully, into that new trade idea. If you like the long, though, what about Mr. Softy coming through? Mr. Softy here, breaking above 260. How good does that look? Pretty good to me. We're above the 50 period right now. You have a level there of 260. So Meta, we're long Meta already. We are short Apple. Apple's $1 in the money. Meta's flat. Snapchat, whatever. We're going to wait for that one. And then Twitter, I have no idea what's going on with that stock. So we'll just hope that doesn't break 40, to be honest with you. Other than that, we're not in it very heavily. But there's Microsoft right there. I don't think this is a horrible long opportunity for you at that 260. Obviously, on a daily chart here, you're not going to see that much at any levels really right now. I mean, that's why I like that Meta 170. But we've broken now below that, which is why I switched over to that 50 period. Let's look at a 20-minute for Microsoft. Yeah, 60, I mean, 60 doesn't mean really anything. That's 61 up there. We've kind of bounced around 60. It was something before when it was holding right here at 260, but we've since broke that and came back in. So really, it's just a psychological level. If we get up there, I think that's probably something there worth it for a long break on Microsoft. Again, still down with the market. So you're going to need the market to continue this rally up to get that 260 break. And obviously, without the market, it's not going to go to 260 anyways. So that's a level that I like if we do break higher there on Microsoft. And then just a little talk here because we're still in this Apple trade. And here it is on the minute chart. We're really just using minute charts here today. As you can see, we were long off 155. The minute that's broke, we lost on our last trade right there. And then we started to go short. And it's going to be my number one stock net-wise today is going to be Apple coming in here. So some nice takes on the way down. Look, I mean, this is how you know, like double the reload right there, and then look at all of these out. So a lot left in the powder here for Apple, but I'm not, like, I don't want to get out of this one until it's basically against us. So it's got to come all the way back here to 155. This is going to be a weak market. We definitely want to hold short on Apple. And there it is, Snapchat. We might have just got that. Did we get that 01s or not? Yeah, we did. So let's see now if 01s can break. And then look, there's a little bit of a level at O's. But considering, I know we're going to go to Brendan, I just wanted to show it to you guys. It's not that big, man. It's been 200 million shares. That's a couple 100,000 on that one. So let's see if Snapchat wants to break 01s. And let's go over to Brendan and see what he's up to.
More news from Cryptoland, guys. SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried, busy at it again with Voyager Digital this time, providing liquidity or early liquidity in their bankruptcy proceeding for FTX.
There we go. He's always at it. He's been a guest on the show. We love him, and he's a busy man. And if you were trading some of the small caps, or low float names, I should say, then you were definitely busy this morning. Tough built, though. This one's rolling over a little bit. I was looking to see if it could have regained this $8 level. Sometimes you see this, like you actually break down what was the support on something like a tough built, then you're able to reclaim it, maybe make another run at the highs. The thing to keep in mind, it's got a 1 million share float, of which apparently it's like over all of it is short. So I've had 3 trades, and oddly enough, they were 602, 701, and 801. So you can understand why I'm looking at those even dollar levels on something like a tough build. The other one you're going to want to watch is that PGY. It is starting to slow down a little bit, but this is up 30% and has had some good clean breaks as well, including the $12 one. It's managed to hold $12. It's got a reverse lot 14. So once again, the even dollars are those keys. Looking for a VWAP hold here. And if you want something long off the bottom, Microsoft, an opportunity there. I saw someone mentioning Google as well. Very similar. You've got essentially like a triple bottom right around this 107 area. So the risk to reward, not bad off this 107. I do like the notion of, I'd rather see it a little bit tighter to that bid, and then AMD provides you with about the same kind of thing as well. It has wick bottoms through 87.15 right to an 87 bottom. So I think you know exactly where your out is on AMD. That's an 87 even. The risk to reward is starting to look pretty juicy. If you're believing that the market's going to bounce, fair enough. You just have to make sure you have an out. It's one thing to sit in shorts and hold on to them for bigger moves, but then with the long trades, if you have a tight stop, it allows you to maybe capture some upside if things come back up and when you're looking to short pops into some other weak names. But if you can catch one of these, and I'm looking for like 87, 15 to 20, so 20 cents worth of risk or so, plus a little bit of slippage for something like an AMD. I prefer this a little bit to Google. I just think you're getting a better risk to reward on advanced micro devices.
All right, we're doing it again right now. It's like a carnival over here. Look what we just did on Meta. We went long 94 again, reloaded that one, bang into the upside one more time. So we are long Meta now. We'll see if we can get something out at 38. That's where we're sitting. It might not work. I mean, we're going to give this a little bit of room to the downside as we continue to hold the Apple short. But there's Meta dipping back in again. We took the long one more time. So, I mean, it's funny because like for you traders out there, it's going to look like, oh my God, these guys are just kind of like collecting pennies, which we are doing. But it's like, don't sleep on the fact that these are 30 to 40 cent winners and I'm just making them in a couple minutes, right? And so like if you guys are sitting there and you're only allowed to make a few trades a week or month or whatever your rules are, PDT or just your own rules, we have completely different rules here. And that is that, I'm going to take, like, let's just say you take 100 shares even there at this bottom, like just, it's just 100 shares, 168.92, and then it rips up and you got 30 cents, right? It's 30 bucks. You could put that 30 bucks in your pocket. You could make that trade again. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but if you can keep rinsing it over and over and over again, make that money and then start to up your shares when you become more confident and more profitable, then it starts to become a little bit more, which is why I try to scalp and hold some more. But you can see here, just like this Apple trade, just like Snapchat now, which is trying to take down 10 bucks, there are going to be opportunities where, like, this has been barcoding, but we still have a nice little 10-cent winner on this. It's only moved. Someone said, like, why are we looking at this? Yeah, you're right. It's moved 15 cents in the last 2 hours, and I have a 10-cent winner on. So, that just goes to show you that you can make money even if these markets are kind of just chilling out right now as we do get ready for Power Hour coming out very, very soon at 3 o'clock. I'm just waiting for Snapchat to break. I don't have any more bids out at all. I don't even have anything lower. I should probably put something down here at 90, at that low of the day, 991. I still feel like we test that. Remember I said it was down 30%, and I said, what's it more likely to be? Or it was down 32%. I said, what's it more likely to be, 40% or down 25? I took the 25.
Yep,
so I'm going to be wrong on this call for sure. Congratulations to the Snapchat shorts. I mean, you guys have really destroyed this stock today. I don't know what else to say about that. There's been really no pullback at all. Like it tried to go from 990 there up to 1015 and stopped. Like the most the bulls could get this thing going today, or just anybody that was trying to buy it back, was 15 cents when you're down I don't know how many dollars today. Where did we even close? We closed 17 yesterday. You're down to 10 bucks, Brenda. What's up?
HC, better than expected report yesterday, in fact. So you can see big day yesterday, back to the upside today. 20.5%, just saw it take out the highs there at 5.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're always going to want to find that relative strength
People
somewhere.
like PGY still.
Yeah, I know. So I see people are asking about PGY, and I saw someone in the chat say, "Are you saying PGY?" I don't know if you're referring to me. Are you saying PGY is a long? That's not what I was saying. What I was saying is I'm looking for a long on the stock because I think the trend is up. Right now, sorry, and ignore these dark pool wicks, man. Like I didn't see it break $12 here. I saw a few big dark pool prints that went off near 11. So that's why you get these extreme candles here. But trust me when I tell you, the easy way to tell that is that those are fake. Not fake, but that they didn't really hit the tape for real. There's no way you get a big candle like that to the downside that actually printed a buck with that little volume. Like there'd be a corresponding volume spike, right? So that's an easy way to be able to tell if you aren't looking at the tape in that moment whether or not that was a dark pool wick. And sometimes you get tricked by those, but try not to get fooled. It hasn't really broken 12 even. I'd like to see some support and a consolidation there, not just whip down and then hold, or give me like VWAP down around 1050 to 11 where you can get a structured long with like a 10 even stop, something like that I'm looking for in PGY. As long as you hold support and in the higher lows through, even on some of these big pullbacks, you can see runs at the end of the day. I got no issue with that. This has certainly been stronger than Tough Built has been I mean, for now, I should say, because it could always roll over. Like, you could turn those wicks into actual real executions. I'm thinking about, with the market retesting these lows, I have not reloaded in Alibaba at any point. And I'm looking at it, and really, you've gotten up to about 115 and then rolled back over consistently. Now it's getting to 100 and failing at that price. So I'm just going to jump in shares. 100 is where I was taking this thing to begin with, so I might as well just get more at that price in particular and continue the ride to the downside. Why did I had a different stop on Meta. I'm just going to get, I did not want this short.
All right, you can come over here, Neil.
I'm just getting out of Meta. I'm going to take 10 cents accidentally. I had to stop. I moved it higher, so I had to stop to go short. Whatever. It's an accidental win.
I had one of those on Amazon. Same thing. Yeah. Oh, no. Mine was I forgot to bid there. Yours was a wick, I guess you just said there. Okay, we can come over here. We did get out of Meta when it broke that 70 level, so downside goes Meta. So, yeah. You know, this guy's a little off point today. Maybe he's looking at too much Snapchat there, our little friend in the bottom right. But, okay, we did get Twitter. Oops. We finally got Twitter. 93s we got short there, so we'll wait to see what's going to happen right now. It did print us in finally, 93s there. I was the last person standing at 92, so I switched it over, like I pulled it, put it to 93. I thought it was pretty sly there and got some 93s on that play. So let's see where we go now. What just happened right there? Oh, mamma mia, Snapchat to the downside right now. There it goes. We just got that bid. We were just sitting there. I was like, uh-oh, what was that? There it is, a 96 print or 97 print right there on Snapchat as that's coming back in. And yeah, we are celebrating small wins, man. I mean, this has come back in. We held this. We averaged into it. I mean, too bad we have these stupid wicks. I got to figure out what these are because today there's way more. Man. I think you might be the jinx,
I just got another one.
Like, honestly, you might be the jinx because remember, I'll tell you how come it's your fault. Remember, for days and days, I was like, you kept complaining about the wicks. And I was like, bro, switch software.
I went to the new version.
Tell everybody when you went into the new version.
I went into the new version, what, 2 days ago?
Right, and now all of a sudden, all these are showing up.
I brought them with me.
I don't know. But anyways, Snapchat. I just want to go over it quickly because we've been reloading this short up here a couple times at 10s, and then again here at 4s, 10s, so on and so forth. We've already cleared out of those trades, so a nice little move back down to the downside goes Snapchat. Apple's kind of still hovering, and there's Meta. Like this market, honestly, right now. Like, see, here's Meta in and out for flat. Like, it's too much to steal a word from Trader Brad. And I don't know what, I mean, he calls it a kangaroo market. Why? Because kangaroos bounce up and down. Okay, I just call it a choppy market. But right now, look what the NASDAQ is doing. I'll zoom in a little bit here so you can see. Like, this is what the NASDAQ is doing. If you're going to put on a trade right now, you have to wait for the extremes to hit, either up here or down here. And I don't really even care about what the stock is because, I mean, this has just been pretty choppy if you're on the NASDAQ right now, which is down 1% more than the S&P. So the NASDAQ right now is the choppy name. And, of course, it is because Google, because Meta, because Apple, Microsoft. But
look at where NASDAQ is in the chart. Like, this is the thing. Like,
right?
if you look at the last couple of days, like, we had this late break here. We had this top here in the middle of the week, and then you make the break, support 2-day dip bottoms. So what are you doing when the market's at this level? Okay, well, if there's a stock that you like the long in, you're essentially finding long, like AMD, long 25s, 1-to-1 is about 20 pennies, so I just took 20 cents. You're at that long, looking to scalp if we hold consolidation. If it breaks up, then fine. You're able to take a big move in. Or you're doing the same thing with the short and you have a tight stop short looking to see if it can break the low and then flush lower. Or you're sitting in the money in a short and then just going to trail it out or hold it through a breakdown. What other trade are you going to put on in that situation? There really isn't much else you can do. And if we sit here barcoding off the bottom, then you're going to want to make sure you take advantage by rinsing and repeating your trade because we're in a downward trend. So the long, you can't sit there and think, I'm just going to get it all out at VWAP. Well, you could. I suppose you can. That's fine. You can do it. You can do that. But you can pay yourself along the way, which is what I'm trying to do with AMD. If we break higher, I got stops all across the board. And someone was saying PGY is getting close. Yeah, now you're actually seeing it start to hold this 12 level a little bit here. I'd like to see it try to maybe make another test at the low would feel pretty good. And the volume's still pretty crappy down here. I'm not really seeing too much of a volume spike, but it is starting to hold. The bid is getting a little bit stronger on PGY as well. Tough Built does feel like it's pretty much done for the day. And I don't want to sleep on Amy and Jimmy. AMC And GameStop, I had some bids on AMC from earlier, trying to catch a 15 bid. Kind of like the same way I was long on Snapchat at 10. I was 100% ready to do the exact same thing if AMC got to 15, which is go long right off that 15 level and then try and just get any kind of a bounce there. But AMC is actually holding this low with a 1 wick bottom, and it's lulling you to sleep. We've seen this before, down 9%. If the market gets to the upside, watch out for that. Very similar story with GameStop. Only a little bit stronger. It actually bounced off that 35 and is now holding 36, but lulling you a little bit to a sleep. If this bounces up, if GameStop breaks up, I think the play might be figuring that you're now $1.20 away from the lows on GameStop to try and grab AMC at the low with less risk in terms of risk to reward, and you can have that one at the bottom if GameStop actually makes a big move. Not that they have to follow each other, but that's one thing I will be looking at.
Yeah, GameStop, AMC, and so on and so forth. I was just looking at AMC as well. And I'm honestly, I was just getting frustrated again here because Meta goes all the way back to 169 after hitting that bottom of 168.40. So no damage done to us or anything like that, but still, oh man, this name is just driving me crazy, and I think I better not look at it anymore, or else I am going to make a trade that I'm probably going to regret. If anything, though, the one trade that I think we could probably be happy with is this Microsoft break. It's not coming upside anymore for that break, so I don't know if it's going to be good or not, but there is a possibility there for that break of 260 coming through. To reload some of these shorts, what about AMD? AMD we're negative on today. AMD is actually my worst stock because just off of one play, and you guys saw me take this live on the show. I mean, I took this for everybody. I don't know, I guess it was right as we were closing, 11, yeah, basically. And I said, I got a big position here in AMD, but it went up to the upside when we broke that VWAP initially, thinking that this might be a day where we do try to run to the upside there. But no, that's not the day at all. It's actually the opposite, and we start to come back down. And then once that broke there, this is where we really got hit on the 88, 89 break there to the downside. So yeah, that one, obviously, as all trades, I take full responsibility for them all, but this one might be one that we're looking to get long now off some of these bottoms. I mean, that 87.20 is not that far away. Like an 87.60 break, which is that bottom rate. Let's zoom in a little bit more here. Right there, AMD. So, you could get that level to come through there on a break. So I think we're going to try it one more time. And I don't have to put that much risk into this. I'll put a little bit, but, we do have the 50 period here. So if it comes back down and it breaks back down through the 50 period, then we'll just be disciplined and get out, right? It's literally going to be that simple for me. So let's not try to rewrite, our technical book here. Let's just go long if it takes out this 87.60 area there on AMD and see if it can get back up to the upside. Look, it's still down 4%, which is why I was kind of favoring Microsoft on the long because it's not down as much. But that could be something to look at there. Maybe we just prefer Microsoft on that long. I mean, Microsoft's not down as much as AMD today, and there is that 260 area. So we can either be really patient with Microsoft and wait for it, or just take this AMD on a break of 87.60 there, which is coming up right now. Let's try the 87.60. I think that's worth it.
Yeah, this could be the shortest offensive of all time, as Lando Calrissian said. Twitter. I mean, this is the other thing. I know you're in Twitter, or at least you're trading Twitter. This is the other reason for being in a 40 short. It's been resistance the entire week. I had an offer just sort of sitting up there, like, if we get a market pop, I want it right in front of that 40 even. And that happened rather quickly. Now I got a 97 short that I'm going to try and scalp. I got stopped out of Alibaba. That's headed back to the upside. I can at least ring the register a little bit for AMD there. But as the market comes up, you have to be careful for your shorts. And this one came in a hurry in front of 40 even. Also going to have a trail on Micron, which is pretty close to getting stopped out. Not a huge size on Twitter in the offer, by the way. It's only 40 or 50,000 shares on that offer into a 20 million volume. So it's not really about the size on that bid. And PGY, because of course it did, is I was trying to be patient with it. Patience isn't always a virtue. Now it's really starting to climb into the upside. If it does if it follows this trend and dips, I'll try and catch a little bit of this dip and see if I can't play off that 12 level after all. It looks like it's trying to catch some juice. The volume also picked up on this name as well. I'll show you what happened in AMD. We got the second leg up. Now I'm looking for these 88. So if it gets up to 88, fantastic. We'll have been able to put a decent risk to reward on this. But I'm not convinced we're breaking trend here. I just think you make some bounces off of the lows. I'm not, well, oops, that's the wrong price. I'm not convinced that we are actually breaking the trend. You know, obviously, this is a weak market and it's bouncing off a significant 3-day bottom in the NASDAQ. But given the way the week is played out and the type of market we're in being a bear market, I am going to lean thinking into the short side of it, even in some of these pops. Well, there are reloads I'm looking to catch if we can get them in fact. But, you know, for now, we'll take the small wins that we're able to here in AMD, just scalp at the risk reward setup for me. So we're going to go ahead and grab that. Twitter, I mean, the out's pretty simple. If it breaks 40, then we're going to have to be out of Twitter. I think Snapchat below that 10. If it's still below 10 on that last little bounce, then that could portend to like flushing into the close. Like that, if the market catches a bid here and Snapchat doesn't get above $10, that's about as weak of a sign as you're going to be able to see. Because if this market rallies off the bottom, something down 39% that had as much buying as it has had at $10, it doesn't look like it moved much. People were buying the crap out of it so that it wouldn't fall further. So there was a lot of buyers at $10. And if they're not here on this market rally, that could get ugly for Snapchat. But, you know, we'll see what happens. I think, obviously, I'm not completely convinced we're going to get a huge rally just yet.
Yeah, I'm not convinced of a huge rally either, but I'm convinced of a rally at least a little bit here. We are going to get out of Apple at 153. I didn't even realize you had AMD. That was a great trade. I didn't mean to ignore that one. Down from 87.20. I just punched in right now at 87.60. So yeah, good trade for Neil on that one for sure. Good job there. What did we just like? Things are just popping in. Oh, Microsoft, bless you.
That's true.
There's Microsoft. So, okay, I was like, what is popping in here as we start to go back up to the upside now? So there goes Microsoft. We have Microsoft and we have AMD. AMD is starting to go upside a little bit here. It's not a big position. We'll get something out in the 70s. And again, like Neil just said, I don't know, and trade your own book and blah, 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 all that same stuff. But the rally could be on here into the close. Now, we are just approaching power hour right now, which is 3 o'clock. It is been powered up a little bit here for the NASDAQ, starting to break up, but we have a long way to go, man. You're still down 2%. So to be like, let's go all in on these tech names, I don't think that's the right call either. But I do feel like the momentum now, just heading into the weekend, maybe there is something here. Some short covering could happen into the weekend for some reason. Oops. Wrong price out there on AMD. That's okay. We're waiting for 75s anyways. We took some 70. Like we're long at 62. We got this. This has to go upside a little bit more than that. But the big banger for me right now is going to be Softy. We put on a lot more risk on Softy than we did on AMD. We talked about that. We like that one a little bit better. Why? Because it is upside today, better than AMD. It's relatively strong. So, when the market's down 2%, Microsoft's only down 1.7%, that's relative strength. So I was figuring like, hey, maybe it's stronger than the rest. So let's go to the upside here with Microsoft. Oh, we just got a bunch of 19s or 20s there on Softy. So we'll see if we can get a 19 again upside there. It is. Give it to me, baby. And we'll take that. So we are scalping again, remember. Let's see how far this one wants to go back up to the upside. It's Microsoft, it's AMD, and we've just reversed into these longs. So here we go. Hopefully it'll work out. I might just get out of Twitter, Neil. I mean, it's literally not doing anything.
So, by the way, there was the size that was there at 40. I didn't see it get filled. I think it actually just pulled. I think they just pulled the offer at 40.
That's really not. This is maddening, this stock.
Yeah, like, it's kind of crazy. Like I kind of feel like. Look, I'm a little bit confused that it wouldn't run away from a level like that resistance as weak as the market has been. And if the market fails this break and Twitter doesn't drop from here, then I don't even know what to say, but I'll just have to cover it because that's ridiculous. Like, this should be giving you at least 20 to 30 cents.
Oh, there it goes. It came back in a little bit.
Yeah, it should be giving you more than that, though, Brendo.
And guys, I was just noticing, trying to get back to the upside. If you remember, this one had a huge week earlier in the week, or a huge couple of days anyways, earlier in the week, Monday, Tuesday, I think it was. Down big time, though, today, 9% here, but some volume coming back in through 25.5 there for CVNA.
All right, we're either, this is the breaking spot right now for this market. Like, we just tried to go and stopped basically at these levels that we tried to before. So about an hour ago, we were up here at 12,400. We just got there and stopped on a dime. So you know, like Microsoft really put its brakes on, so did AMD. They all did. I mean, I'm assuming everything did. Apple did everything. So Twitter, not so much. We did take out some Twitter there, 95 when it came back in, but I'm not liking that trade. So we'll get out a little bit more of that. There's Microsoft completely stopping up there at 30 on that move. So yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not excited as I was about these longs because of that stop and go. But with that being said, I mean, our outs aren't really anywhere near here for Microsoft. I mean, we're hoping that it can go back up to that upside. I mean, 260, 259, like, I mean, that would be like a 40-cent hit. I don't know. Like, I don't know if we want to do that right now. How many shares? I mean, share-wise, it's fine. But you never really want to look at your net. It's just what I'm trying to think about right now is like, is it worth the risk heading into the weekend? You know, like, do I really want to hold this? We've seen the last, I mean, if you just remember what it was a couple months ago, every hour, like every 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock, the market absolutely got destroyed. So I'm kind of convincing myself a little bit. Let's just ease up a little bit here on some of these.
Talking himself out of it.
A little bit, but not much. I mean, I'll take out some there at 259, 259.95 there, whatever it was. A little bit out of Microsoft. I mean, we're still in this, and I want to hold out. I just want to lighten up a little bit in case we're wrong.
So I just got a long, in TBLT. So I got a second long in here, but it doesn't count because the market, whether the market rallies or not, probably doesn't matter to Tough Built. Tough Built is just a ridiculous shortfall, but it's back above that $8 range. So if it consolidated, it just broke out. I grabbed the first consolidation long here, was able to get 815. So I'll play it back to the recent low. That's about 775, right? So there's your risk. It needs to get at least up to about this 840, 850, and then maybe retest that high. If it gets to the top, watch out for $10 clearly on Tough Built. Like I was waiting for 10 anyways this morning. I would have told you guys that's where I wanted this thing short. So I will 100% be out if it gets anywhere close to that price. We are ready to go to the big desk with Brendan in a fantastic looking shirt and one of our favorite guests. I'll keep it a secret for a little bit.
He is the hardest working man in marketing, and he is joining us while even on vacation or staycation. Justin Kozach, Day Trade the World marketing guy, back with us once again to give us a tee-up or a preview of the next edition, Justin, of the Opening Bell newsletter. Everyone's favorite newsletter, market-related information coming your way again Tuesday morning, correct?
Monday morning at 8:30
is what I said.
Eastern Standard Time, so we're now moving to the new schedule.
Good stuff. Give us a tee-up here. What can we expect in this edition?
So actually just got the content from Liz, so it's going to be a bit of a surprise, but I know that one of the videos that we are including in this email is going to be how to trade top and bottoms. Sean was talking about that earlier this week, so we got that content lined up, as well as how to trade during a recession. We got a lot of great content. I will be working hard on it all day Sunday and into the early evening hours or the early morning hours of Monday morning in order to deliver the greatest content on day trading you can find on the internet.
The Opening Bell newsletter. I'm going to show my screen here and show everyone, if you haven't already, I don't know why not, but here's how you get to it. You go to DTTW.com. Up here in the corner, it says blogs and resources. You go to sign up for the newsletter. And there it is, the homepage for the Opening Bell newsletter there. All you need is your, hey, look at that, mine's already filled out. Your name and your email address, you hit enter, and then it will be delivered right to your inbox. We pulled you away from your Dave Grohl book there, Justin. How is that going?
That's fantastic. I mean, I read the jacket description and I'm like, this is interesting. And I very, very rarely read, I guess these autobiographical books. But I read the first chapter and just that last line, or the last paragraph, the last paragraph in the opening was just like, holy shit, this is amazing. It's going to be a great book. So I'm really, really excited for it. I just plowed through chapter 2 and I'm now on to the story about Sandy.
Oh, okay, great. I was going to say, I don't want to get too far ahead of you, but I love the format. If anyone's, or if you, I don't want to spoil it, but it's broken down into kind of short stories of his life. But any Foo Fighter fan, go check out Dave Grohl's new book. Definitely a great read. Justin Kozach, the Opening Bell newsletter coming your way for everyone Monday before the market opens. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. We'll see you guys on Monday.
Go back to holidaying.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing next. I got hockey at 7:30, 7:45. So we're gonna get ready for that and have to do the pregame nap. So
Sounds fun. Enjoy.
We'll get that done. All right, we'll see you guys on Monday.
Have a good weekend.
You too. Cheers.
Yeah,
Dave
Justin.
Grohl.
Yeah. So he's going to be working to the late hours Sunday getting that done. Yeah, I know he is. But anyways, it's great content, that's for sure. So shout out to everybody working hard on that newsletter. Liz, he dropped her name in there. She works on the social media, just on some of those. What do they call them? Thumbnails and whatnot for us. Some of the graphic design is what I'm looking for. There it is. So thanks to Liz, thanks to Justin as well. And Cheyenne works with Justin, so you might have saw her come through there. So
Ringing the bell this morning?
Big. This morning and yesterday evening and maybe tonight as well. First of all, where is Tony? Because he has a job to do. Tony will be coming through very, very soon. So trust me on that one.
Yeah, Tony with a job to do. I can't wait for that. Twitter, it did break 40, so this is it breaking 40 and printing 40.01. For whatever reason, I had 2 stops, but I don't want the long, so I just got in and out of it. There's a refresher at 40 even, so it looks like it's holding that price, despite the fact that it's probably running some stops up there. We'll see what happens with Twitter. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me with the price action that I'm seeing and the way that it's trading, so I'm going to stay away from it. I've just tightened up my trail in Micron, and one of the reasons why I'm liking this stock is if you look at where the opening range was where I was initially shorting, like that support right there, like 61.25. Like you're just sort of sitting right in the back. It cannot, the way it ran away from it in the morning, put in a higher low and then bounced, it's doing the exact opposite with that support, where it's holding and barcoding at the bottom and unable to break away. So much like in the afternoon, I was short in front of 63, and if it broke and the market bounced, then 63 was a nice clean long and a 63.5 on Micron. I kind of feel we're looking at the same thing at the 61.50 area, or even call it the 40 area actually. If we break the low, great. I think we're going to be headed down to like one of those free fall Friday afternoon type plays for this name, if not the rest of the market. And if it breaks higher, I think you should be able to get to VWAP, if not 62. So kind of a similar thing to yesterday going on in Micron. Al asked if I'm freestyling today. First of all, I don't freestyle. I drop rhymes from just my favorite hits, and it just requires that you guys hit the like button. You get us to like 1,500 likes, and I got something for you. It's that simple. We don't ask for a lot around here. I ask you don't eat pineapple on pizza. We ask that you enjoy the show and hit the like and hit the subscribe. That's what it's all about. We're trading for you guys here.
You just mentioned pizza.
I know. You know what?
There's definitely no pineapple.
I'd kill for a pie.
There's no pineapple. Well, maybe tonight.
That's what we should eat. We get some pizza when we go bowling tonight. That's what I would like to have. I
was looking at.
I don't know what they have there, but I could go for a pie.
Well, they have a lot of food. I was looking. It's a full menu, so it's a little bit of an upper class place too. So
upper class in bowling.
It is. Yeah, well, it's not a bowling alley.
I know.
So here we go. Market coming down, and just quickly here, we are going to get out of Microsoft if it does take down this 50 period, so it's coming very, very close to doing that. We thought we'd go for it. We did, so 10 more cents to the downside, and we're going to get out of Microsoft. We went for it, failed. It'll be a negative trade, but it's not far from being flat. Some of these outs here are 1920s. We got out for flat there. And then obviously if we're long at 60 and getting out at long at 60 flat, long at O's and getting out at minus 60, that's going to be minus 40 cents. So it'll be sort of flat back and forth. But I teased Tony.
Oh, there we
go. But here we go. Here we go. Thank you.
The tall
so
boys,
you're coming to the bowling alley?
I wasn't invited.
Okay, so that's a no. You can now come because I just invited you. So there you go. Cheyenne can now come as well there. But shout out, I see Maggie in the background. What are you up to over there? Oh, okay. So Brendan's got one as well. So so let's just all open this up, and we'll do.
Wait for it.
Well, let me ask Brad. Hey, Brad, you want a beer?
No.
Go to Brad's screen there. Go to Brad's screen. Brad, you want a beer? No? Okay, cool. All right, so here we go. Let's crack them open. Cheers to a good week there, Neil. Cheers, Brendan. We just missed out on
Happy weekend.
it's 3:08. Let's go.
Power hour, baby.
All right, cheers to everybody out there. If you want to join us, you can. Those need to go back in the fridge a little bit. They need to be
That's not that cold.
They need to be a little bit colder on that one, but there it is. Thank you, Cheyenne, for bringing that through. I said to Maggie, like, yo, throw down Tony, but that's great that we had Cheyenne do that. And then she just got herself
Tony's
invited.
a busy man.
Right there.
He's
So,
a busy
okay.
man.
She's now invited. I didn't realize that she was not.
See, they're like nothing to trade for Pratt. I just saw that from Jorge in the chat. It's nothing
Too
to trade.
funny, man. Too funny, that
nothing
Pratt
to
guy
trade.
there. That's why we had to do that, to show you it. Okay, so we are out. I mean, looks like I still have a little bit left over, but the majority is out on that 259 break. 259.60 break down to the downside there for Microsoft. And then AMD was pretty quick as well. This one wasn't as bad. 870s there out on that 50 break, so it was actually a 40 break. So that's 20 cents worth of a hit. We took out a little bit, but net loser there. So it's not like, we're not going to ring the register or anything like that on those trades. They didn't work out. We thought that the run was going to come there because we did go a little bit above that 50 period, but that was just a big head fake apparently. So yeah, we got to stay tuned, hopefully, for some more winners, but it's not going to be right now for me anyways.
There goes Tough Belt too. So
I want to go short though.
Tough Belt just stopped me out, broke VWAP, took out that 775, so we'll have to take the 8. It's like every time you try along, they take it from you. Even in the small cap, so AMD, I think you just talked about that also coming back in. I saw my stop at 87. I'm going to reload this if I can catch a little tighter that 87. But man, I should maybe got back into Alibaba. I'm now thinking about I should have reloaded on Micron there. I mean, if you just reloaded every single short,
that's it. It's just
like you're gold. I bet you Twitter didn't do anything. That's the frustrating one. I bet you Twitter barely even moved off of that. Like I got out at 40 on the 97
it's at
short.
40.13. I mean, it's actually.
And it broke higher? Oh, get the
I just
hell
got
out
out.
of here, man.
Twitter's going to be a flat. I mean, it's so stupid.
How is this thing so strong today?
I mean, Twitter's up on the day. I mean, we saw their report, but they have that asset that is the law.
No, they got the lawsuit. That's right.
Yeah, I consider that their biggest asset, to be honest with you. Otherwise, these guys would be $20 today, something like that. Who knows where Twitter would be today, considering what social was. But we're flat on Twitter today. We really, we should have got, I guess, in hindsight, we should have got out more at 39 off this 40 short initially. But there it is, like, cashing in, and then taking a 20-cent hit or 15-cent hit on the last piece. It just sucks because we'd always rather win than lose. But yeah, this is not drunk trading. I mean, I don't know if you know the size of me or anything like that, but to have 1 or 2 sips of beer, even if I just crushed this whole thing right now, if I did that, then I'd be a little.
I'm not crushing this thing.
Then I'd be a little
sipping it.
tipsy-turvy. I ain't crushing shit or anything, Fahad. I got to sit here. I know Sharif's getting excited behind us as well. I'm just getting ready for the bowling. I mean, this is the bowling day, man. I mean, we're going to
As long as Lucas doesn't have anything to drink, we're all good because my dignity rests on there's a bowling challenge between Lucas and Fahad. Fahad, who's never bowled before, and Lucas, who's on our 1s and 2s. And I'm obviously backing Lucas. And if Fahad were to beat him, a large upset that would be. I have to wear a pair of...
Large upset. That might be the upset of
the year. I got to wear capris on Monday on the show. I'm not sure how we're going to show that other than maybe me ringing the bell or standing up there. But yeah, it's legit. I'll put on some capris. Look, I'm a man of my word when we make a bet. So yeah, I'll do that. And Fahad's going to lose anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But HKD, you guys pointed out in the chat. I mean, somewhat strong. What do you think? Is that
we don't know?
A little bit strong there.
There's a thing here of 25 months. Wow, Daniel. Oops, wow, Daniel Bender. Thank you so much again. 25-month member here. That means a hell of a lot. So, look, I would love to get a line out. I mean, I'm all about gambling,
How do you make
man.
A line,
I mean, I have the sports books open all the time. I was talking to
Lucas anyway.
To Trader Pratt. Where is Lucas? I mean,
seriously.
I know where Lucas is, man. He's in the bathroom right now on his phone watching YouTube how to bowl because you know what? He's scared. I'll tell you that straight up. He's probably scared of my man over there, and we're going to see. But I wish we had a line. I mean, it's going to be 10 pin. What does the average? I'll throw this out to you. I'm not much of a bowler myself. I just think like, what is an average? You guys tell me. Those of you that are bowlers, let me know what an average score is. Like
this is Lucas right here.
You think that's Lucas?
That's Lucas right there.
Okay, I'll go over under on. I'll go 4 strikes for Lucas. I'm going under 3.5.
Here's the crazy thing.
I've never seen him bowl.
I have no idea if he's any good.
I'm just throwing out lines.
I'm just completely convinced that Fahad has no business being confident. If you've never bowled before, it is a skill sport.
111 people are saying.
They won't even
140.
I will suck at it. Don't get me wrong. I will suck.
You a
I'm not gonna
bowler,
be any good.
Brendan?
No, God, no. I can, however, vouch for our man Lucas. There is, I don't want to spoil it, but there's some design work going on. Let's just put it that way. So Lucas has been hard at work today, designing stuff for the show. He's doing work for the show.
The show.
He is
this
working.
Guy.
Anyways,
He
while I
better
have
be
you,
working.
As long as he's here.
Dude's
like,
on payroll.
As long as he's here. Like, I'm scared. Like, what did he leave? Or
Come look
something?
at
Well,
my
at least
screen.
he's finally working.
Come look at my screen for a second. Anyways, Hood, worth a watch, worth a note. We were talking about Sam Bankman-Fried a couple minutes ago. He just tweeted, guys, that he is going to be on CNBC at 3:25. So there was that new deal I mentioned earlier for FTX today. However, Robinhood just popped up on volume 2.
Yeah, we're going to do a good idea there, Fahad. I don't know if you're going to win it, but let's put the poll up. Let's just get the poll up. I don't know if Bears versus Bulls can do it, but Maggie, if you're watching, or Neil can do it.
I'll get it. Just
I
give me-
can't. I
just
can't
give me a
even
second.
vote. I'm like for some reason I'm like
up.
banned from the poll there. And you know what? Honestly, while this is all going on, it's been a lot of fun. But like, come back to my screen. Look at Microsoft. I mean, where were we long? 260. It's at 260.60 right now. And we got stopped out on that move to the downside right there when it broke through 269, 259.60. So we got out $1 ago. Okay, so that's not good. And then how about AMD? AMD right back to where we had it. So, yeah. Like I said, this has been a little frustrating here today. There it is. Neil just threw it up there. I'm going to vote for Fahad as the first one. I can't do it. So we'll have to see where this goes, man. Yeah, I may want to, Alan Adkins there, entertain scalping AMD long. Yeah, I was trying to entertain that. And I was exactly doing that until it broke. Because you know what? The thing is, a scalp is only a scalp until something breaks. And I mean, it's like I was saying to you guys before, it's, you know what I should do right now, honestly? I mean, this is just the experience talking. We're going to be red today, but honestly, I could just lower my shares and then just really go into true scalping mode and just go back and forth with this thing instead of taking a little bit more share, not more shares, but like an average position and then getting nervous if and when it starts to break to the downside there. So I don't know who's gonna win this poll, but I am excited for it. I can't see the results, so we'll get
It's already 63% saying Lucas because all they needed to hear was that Fahad hasn't bowled before.
Right.
That's all they need to hear. That being said, like, I mean, Fahad...
People are hating on underdogs.
From the stories that he tells, Fahad, and I believe him on this one, is a pretty solid basketball player. I'm saying, like, he's got some game
He tried
there,
to
so
let his wife
he's a good
win, but he
athlete.
could only score. Like, he was trying to shoot on the other net, but, like, he shot it there and the wind shot it back.
Yeah, right.
And then put it in the net. Like, this guy
And
is...
he's talking so much
this guy
trash.
is so
like, that's the
epic.
best thing about it. And for the backstory about this, how this all started was when this first got brought up that we were bowling, and the notion of like a challenge even came up. Lucas, who's a very quiet and he's a meek, he's a down to earth sort of low key guy. He just turned around and turned to us and said, "If it's 10 pin, I'll F you up." Dead straight face.
And now he's on the bathroom
And I'll
going
tell you
over how to bowl.
You're not faking that kind of confidence, man. Like that just tells me.
Aren't
that
you faking that kind of confidence? Fahad is literally
Okay, man. I'm
faking
just
confidence.
saying, Lucas. That's my dog right there. And apparently, so this is actually a true story. I think it's Billy, one of the traders on the floor. He almost had a perfect game one time. He said he got within like 2 strikes of a perfect game. That's legit.
within 2 strikes of perfect game. That's not.
What?
Nah.
That's like 10 strikes or something to get.
That's a
within,
great.
like 12,
that's a great game. Nah.
That's a great game.
You only really tell that story if you're in your last ball and for some reason you get 9. That is being close to a perfect game. I know people that have gone.
I suck, so I'm impressed at that.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Hey, I'm impressed. Someone put on there.
It's like a hole-in-one or something. Like, I mean, you know.
A perfect game is like a hole-in-one. Yeah, for sure. That's
You ever
for
had
sure.
an ace?
No, not an ace. I don't golf enough, man. I've been out like 2
you gotta go a
times
lot.
this year. Man. Okay, just quickly, someone, I believe someone that knows something about bowling there, and I forget who it was, they said that it's very hard to break 130 if you don't know about bowling. So I think that could be an okay line.
Because I feel like when I used to bowl, like I would struggle. You know, if I got like 100, 120, I'm like, yeah, I feel like I had a pretty solid game, and I suck at it, and I really don't do it very often. But yeah, if I bowl 130 tonight, I'll be very, very excited about that.
I'd be happy with that.
To be sure, I'd be really happy about that. I doubt it's going to happen because I plan on having a couple of beverages. So we'll see.
But you bowl better with beverages, man. It's like golf. It's like anything like that. This is not like you don't need to be in peak physical condition or mental condition to bowl. But I'll leave that to everybody. You ever heard of those bowling leagues, man? That's all they do. Okay.
Yeah, fair enough.
Or you remember darts? It's like in the background, everyone's like 180, and it's like blank.
I used to be pretty solid
right back in.
darts
Okay,
back in the day.
new position alert, not for long probably. We break back down below 260. We're going to get out. We're going to see if Microsoft wants to go for a run in the last little bit here today. This will probably be my last trade. I'm already a little bit upset that we got out of it. I liked Microsoft going back up to the upside. Let's see if we can run a little bit here.
Here comes a turn.
I always take something out for 10 cents. That's probably going to be a mistake, obviously, on Microsoft because the hit's going to be 40 cents, but let's just scalp out a little bit here, and then we'll try to bust out to the upside there of 261, right? That's the target. I'll feel a lot better about everything if we can get to 261 there, but we'll give this almost a 1-to-1. I feel like we've broken back above it right now. Let's just see if it wants to go. We are back above the 50 period. Everything's rocking and rolling here into the close. The only problem is going to be that imbalance, but I'm not too nervous about that.
Yeah, we got some time.
We got some time. Remember, though, today, I think we have to talk about this a little bit. There's going to be options expirations. It's not like a big event or anything, but it is a Friday. This is earnings season, so I do expect there to be, obviously, some positions going back and forth there right now as there goes Sharif. Have a great weekend if he does hear us. There he is.
You out of here?
Where are you? You're on this side. You're out of here.
Take it easy, brother.
All right. See you, man. Have a good one. There's Sharif right there.
I gotta reload.
If you're going to break into here right now, give it about 10 minutes because then Sharif will be gone. Because that would be the best time.
You know, it did happen once.
It did. Yeah, actually, I can tell that. I mean, I had my jacket over there, and it was stolen right there. And then all the trade secrets out of my jacket. No, I didn't have anything in there. Anyways, let's go on
That was
this.
years ago. Now, better security here now, especially with Sharif in the building.
Well, that was during COVID, so that was when no one was literally here.
There was nobody
So
here.
that's why we had the door open, and obviously we deserve that. So, all right, let's go, man. Sharif is innocent. Yes, he's very, very innocent. I don't know him that well, but what a nice guy, Sharif. So shout out to Sharif. But okay, here we go. Nice little upside move anyways for now on Microsoft with only 30 minutes to go until the imbalances. Let's see where we go. People like PGY still.
Yeah, you know what? PGY came down here. First things, I did get a reload in Micron. Every time the market would bounce, Micron would reject 40. So it's like, why am I not just getting more shares in and playing inside of the range? We keep talking about the opportunity being inside the range, especially with the market doing what it is in power hour. But I'm just going to be inside, and if it breaks, I'll reverse just like yesterday. PGY broke down at 12. Tried the short, tight stop. I didn't get the long I wanted off here, right? Whoops. I have a new mouse, and it's like if I brush the right click, it clicks. It's ridiculous. I got to get a new one again. But anyways, I tried the short the first time when it came through 12 even. And you're going to see what happens. Like, I get stopped out, and now it's starting to flush back in. I don't want to chase this. My initial thought was that we'd be going on a 12 long, but then I missed out on this little move here into like 1280. So I'll wait back for VWAP, which is the more patient play. It makes a heck of a lot more sense to try the patient play here. AMD just got me out, so we'll ring the register on that one. I should be, I hit the wrong key. From now on, any winning trade, I have to hit like the strike because we're going bowling. So I got to get in the mindset here. So AMD, I wasn't thinking anything past 88 because that's been huge resistance, support to resistance. So I'm just going to stick with that and then get out of it. I'm not thinking short off of these levels. I'm shorting Micron, so AMD off the bottom, long with Micron short. If I want to short something, I'll short Micron. As that gets to the bottom end of its range as well. So I just got that fill. I'll start rinsing and repeating this. If it wants to hang out in this 30-cent range, I want to be net short, and I want to be taking shorts in front all the way until the imbalances come out at 350. So we'll try to keep it simple, at least for this stock, see what can happen. And you know what I should have reloaded? It's Alibaba. Oh, sorry, not reloaded. I should have reversed it, I should say, not reload. Wrong word there. I should have reversed in Alibaba. When we got out of the short in Baba, it then holds 100, so breaks out, holds 100, and now that's off to the races. So the name that I've been dogging all week, is actually catching a little bit of a bid here, bouncing off that 100 level. I didn't like the reversal there. Unfortunately, would have worked out rather nicely had we taken that trade. But hey, if you're a Boblik person off the long and you're holding the 100, it never really broke lower than 99.68. So I could see reasons why some people would hold 100 till like 99.50. If the market bounces here, you've got yourself a good one. I think it runs into trouble here at 101.5, but good luck if you're long. That's all I got to say. Because to me, I think I've only shorted Alibaba since Monday.
All right, revenge here on Microsoft. So we're going to go, yeah, buddy, throw down some hoops, ball in right there. You want to hear Neil, I was going to say freestyle, but rap here. We need to get at least 1,500 likes. He's got something planned for you. So 700, or where was it there?
Yeah.
800 right now. So I don't know, Neil, you might be saved for another, well, it's not your saved. It's the people don't get to hear it. So, yeah, that would be their bad on that one. I'd like to see 2,000, honestly. I mean, we have 4,200 watching.
42 is my lucky
go,
number.
baby. Let's go for Microsoft. It's a hot dog kind of a winner. Beer plus hot dogs seem to win. And you're at the game this weekend, I assume. It's Albert Pujols, isn't it? With his last, isn't St. Louis
No,
here?
they're on the. I think we're on the road this weekend.
Are they on the road this weekend?
Yeah,
okay, our next home. Remember, I got that email. I deleted it, but
next weekend. I think.
It's next weekend. Okay, because it was like join us for the next homestand. I figured it was now,
which is crazy because it's Caravana weekend, but whatever.
That's great to have a homestand at Caravana. More people in the city.
Yeah, but they're not going to be going to the game.
Why?
Because they're all. I don't know. I kind of feel like everyone's going to be taking part in the.
Oh
the
yeah,
festivities.
Caravana. I mean, if you guys don't know about that, it's well, just a celebration of the island.
Apparently, it's not even called Caravana anymore. I don't know what the hell
like
they call it, but
because
it's like the carnival in the Caribbean, and it's just
what is
the
it called?
version
Is it
of
just a sponsors like
but
the
it's one of
Scotia Bank?
It's something stupid they call it now, but
Yeah,
it's just
that
one of
sucks.
these. It's big all over the place. If you go to Trinidad, it's probably the best in Trinidad. A lot of people will say all the islands have their own carnival. It's pretty good in London. I've been there once. In Toronto, Toronto has a fantastic.
LeBron James comes.
Has a fantastic one. Like all the NBA guys come up. A lot of Americans come up to the city. Probably one of the top 2 or 3 events that you'll actually see in Toronto every single year. So that should be good next week. And Pete Ashtook is asking, buy PGY dip now. So it's interesting. Like everybody wants this to go. So, but look what's basically been happening. It's just rolling lower here. I want it holding above $12. That was last breakout price, or then just wait for it to get to $10.50. You don't have to just jump into this too early. Like it hasn't shown any signs of reversing this move to the downside just yet. So, I mean, to say, oh yeah, it's going to bounce from here. I don't know, man. Like this was a morning top here at 11:50, so maybe it can. But I'm holding out for where the volume picked up, which is about 10:50 to 11. That's the channel when we sat down for in the power hour or for the afternoon show. That's what I said I wanted to buy in front of, and then I took one silly trade off 12 for a short. I should just be waiting for down here. If it gets down in that 10:50 to 11 channel, that's where I should be looking for a bounce. That's the one I want.
All right, let's go, man. We'll get some beats going anyways, because at least Microsoft went right to our target. So some good outs there at 80, and then again at 90 or 88, whatever that was, or 86 there for us out on Microsoft. So we talked about the risk to reward there, trying to go 1-to-1. We're long at 38, so our out was going to be 60. That was 40 cents. So we just took some out at 90, which is about 50 cents. So a little bit better than 1-to-1, but of course we do have some outs on the way up there because I had to get some out. Like if it went to 260.60 and stopped, like I would have gotten pretty upset because this was a good trade for me. I really liked that trade. Unfortunately, it did come back down and broke the 50 period at that time, and we did get out. So I'm really happy with that execution here on Microsoft. It's not going to, you can't look at it and be like 10, 20, 30, 40 because I did get out more up there. It hit the target. I mean, it went right to 261, 260.94 there, and I didn't have any offers. So when it came back, I stuck one there at 88 or whatever it was, and 86, I think, and then got that out. So we'll see if it can come back up to the upside. So far, so good. Snapchat 11 after hours could be. I don't know. I mean, first of all, where's that poll at right now? What's the?
I see it's 65-35.
Okay.
It's not as extreme as you would think.
Some people like the
35%
underdog.
good for you,
People
Fahad.
like the underdog.
Of course,
story.
now PGY goes. Like right after I just finished saying I'm waiting for this. Then now it bounces. Like give me a break. Like, oh, it's like wait for lower, and then they just bounce it right here, and it's heading back to the upside. But look, it still needs to probably cross 1250 and 13 to break the trend in. Otherwise, I still think I want to wait for better prices. We'll see what happens with it. Alibaba's getting real close into VWAP here. So the rinse and repeat not the rinse and repeat, but the breakout could be on for that stock. And by the way, let's not forget about Tesla here for a quick second. This market's really starting to bounce. Tesla's at that 820 level, which had been pretty good in the past. Well, in the past, I mean, like yesterday, 820 was a big level. So it had one wick failed break through 820. It got up to like 20 and a half. And then you're seeing it sort of barcode here going sideways as the market is continuing to churn higher. So watch out for Tesla. If it takes a fresh high here, maybe it has a chance to get up to VWAP. It did some heavy lifting yesterday. Wouldn't be so bad if it could get off these bottoms for us here today. Still up 0.5%. It's not like it's down like the market is. Tesla's still relatively strong. That's why I like this, if it can break out this little tiny range it's got.
I don't do a great job, honestly, of answering PMs in Twitter. I mean, I get so many of them. But I did want to say, Day Trading Anonymous, if you're on the chat right now, I do see your message here. He's saying, would we consider having a short of the day because he can only short 3 times a week. I guess we're talking about PDT rules here. And no worries if not. Thanks so much. I mean, that's what he messaged me and all of us, I guess, to all of us. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know, Brendan. Whatever happened to that frustrating stock of the day? I thought that was a pretty good thing that we had. Maybe we could put that back on the list.
Yeah, we
but
can do stuff like
we
that.
could also do short idea of the day. Maybe that could come early. But the one thing I was going to say, Day Trade Anonymous, I feel like I know I've seen you before on there. What I would say is that, you know, we do have, and this is just, you know, again, you can check out on here for some ideas. I know you do have the sticky note, and also the watch list on tradertv.live. We'll have notes on there. But as far as, okay, AMD a little frustrated because this is again that long that we liked. Just more patience need to be had by me on this one. But we are right now back up to that Microsoft level. We just touched 90 again. So I got to stick an offer in there on that level. We just touched 90 and came right back in on Microsoft. So we do get revenge on Microsoft. So Microsoft is all good. We are net positive on I could get out right now and be net positive on Softy today. So we only have one trade all day on Microsoft, right? It's right now. It's one idea, I should say, multiple trades, but one idea the long. All I have to do is I can just get out now, which is not even a big winner, and we'll be positive. So it's like, it's a good trade. I'm happy with it. The stock that I'm not happy with here is AMD because, you know, it was my worst stock earlier today, and it's not that bad. It's fine. It's just we definitely put on some risk here at 89. When that broke, we gave it to like 88.80 or something, and then lost. This was a big trade, and we wound up losing on it. So we did get it back in down here, and then lost again. We didn't really lose any net on this, but it's like that was our opportunity to get the 87.50 long and take it to 88. And I know Neil had a good long below down here. We should have been a little more patient and waited for that because then we could be long at the same price down here at 87.25. But boomed up to 88. I do like that trade still. And of course, talking too much, worrying about this bowling game, everything like that, we got to put some offers up here on Softy because the market is pulling back a little bit here. All those names that were rallying yesterday,
all of them.
forget about it. They're all done. Shopify done today. Palantir done, down 6%. Win down 3% with LVS. They were rallying yesterday. All the crypto names down today.
Down 12.
And what is?
Peloton's down 12%.
Peloton, yeah. So
if you're down over 10% and you are not a social media company, you're doing it wrong today. That's all I know.
We have located Brad.
Lucas is back. Hey, yo, Lucas, man, put that beer down, bro.
You want to get one?
No. Lucas.
Yeah, I just told Brad. Brad's going to go get one.
We talked about
in this fridge.
Man. Stay sober. You can drink all you want, Lucas, after you win.
No, Lucas can start drinking right now. Bowling is exactly. He bowls back. It's like golf. Trust me, Neil.
Okay, man. Look,
you're not. This is not. If having one beer affects his bowling game, then he's not winning.
He's not the one that has to wear the capris. I'm the one that has to wear the capris, man. I'm just
Lucas,
saying.
the last time you bowled, do you remember the last time you bowled? Two years ago. Okay. Do you roughly remember your score? Probably not. No, he doesn't remember. Okay, so
were there 3 digits or 2? No.
Yeah, he can get over 100. I know
he bowled 2 years ago.
I know the guy can get over 100
in over a decade. So that's.
I know he can get.
I think it's
bowling is bowling's fun. Fun past time. We've had a few new hires here recently. Obviously, you've seen some of the traders on the midday show and stuff like that. So we are going to go out and celebrate a little bit here now as finally in Toronto. I mean, the bars have been open for a bit, but you know, this masking and everything like that. So we're back to normal a little bit here. So we are going to take everybody out today. And like, that's what I'm talking about, like those super chats and things. Okay, come over here, Brad. Wait, before we go, let's go to triple. What's up, buddy? Let's go.
Cheers.
To a successful week and a fun time there tonight. So now Prad is back for the close. Should be a good close. Let's go to Brendan. You got something for us?
As I was saying before, guys, SBF now on CNBC. There was some volume coming into Hood there, 3.5% still to the downside, but some volume anyways on Hood.
Forget about SBF, man. I've already, honestly, he should be on our show. Where's Maggie at? He goes, oh, these guys don't ever get back to us. Well, they're getting back to somebody.
You guys want SBF on the show.
Right there.
We want to see Sam Bankman-Fried.
We all want SBF on the show, man. You actually...
So I'll
Come
tell
on,
you,
man.
I had this conversation, and so my barber, my barber asked me about crypto because, you know, when you get to a certain point, that's what ends up happening. And I basically said, I go, we had a guest on our show, make sure you go watch it, send him the clip. And hands down, I've heard a lot of people talk about crypto. But if you, like Sam Bankman-Fried was easily the most intelligent person, at least being able to articulate what it is and why you should distinguish between, you know, one project and another. And it's just, you can honestly tell when somebody is knowledgeable about a certain topic, and it's nothing fake, and he's not throwing buzzwords out there. So he was a fantastic guest that we had. That's why we love to have him, because I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be an expert on that. It's the same way we have Daniel Shea on here, because I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be an options expert. We'll bring one for you. That's what we want to be able to do. Thank you for the super chat, Mr. Miyagi. Cheers to you as well. Be responsible, of course. Micron get through the low of the day. That'd be pretty nice. Break 61 because the market is rolling back over, by the way. Your PGY is trying to head back up, but it looks like we might have, and I haven't seen the early imbalances just yet, but it looks like we are heading right back to these lows. Look at this bottom.
Brendan put a little yawn emoji there.
61 breaks on Micron. I'm actually probably going to take the breakdown on this trade as long as it happens before 350. Oh, give me a break. The imbalances are a small buy.
Yeah, a yawn. Remember, there's a yawn there as well. So yeah, not much going on. Oh, Prad, I guess that's not prison food today. This guy's loading up some chicken fingers right now.
Not even breakfast. You didn't eat breakfast? Well, Prad, we'll have a talk about that, eh?
Prad killing. I don't have breakfast either. Yo, what's up, Maggie? Maggie's there. What you got?
And then not eating until 3?
Okay, vodka. Those are good. I actually just passed you one of those. I want to show the crowd. So these vodka lemonades are really, really sweet right there. So thanks, Maggie, for that one. Yeah, you should come back here and give us a cheers. But anyways, it doesn't matter. Okay, we're all part of the team today, baby. As the drinking starts there and Prad crushes that. Thank you so much. Again, if you're gonna super chat, today's a great day. We're feeling good. Marvin, thank you so much for that as well. What's up, Marvin? Love that name, Marvin. Great name. Thank you for the super chat again. And I'm glad that you're enjoying the show. That is for damn sure. I mean, we're here every day for a reason. If you can't tell, I should say, we really enjoy working here. So, I mean,
trading is a great job because like you eat what you kill.
Yes,
so there's a satisfaction.
You gotta have that mentality.
There's nothing wrong with working for a corporation, but it's the right mentality because you can put a ton of work in for something and not always be able to see the exact fruits of your labor, which can be frustrating if you're a certain type of person. With trading, you make a good trade, you see it right there.
Yeah.
Right. Like you stop out and you're like, oh my goodness, thank God I got at that price level. Look what happened. I would have just lost my entire day. It's like it's right there. The satisfaction's right there. I liken it to game day. Every day is game day. You're playing a game by the same rules, but no day is the same. It's just like playing basketball. You go to the court every single day. You know your opponent. You know the rules of the game, but you have absolutely no idea how it's going to play out. If it always played out the same way, Golden State would never lose a game. But that's not how it works.
I was wondering, and I was thinking about this because Grant Williams was running his mouth again. He's on Boston. I think Boston is the better team, but Golden State just has the way better players. And in the end, so you see what I'm saying? Like Boston's
they're like the Billups and
they play great defense. They have the scorers as well. I'm just saying, honestly, in the Steph Curry, these guys, Draymond, I mean, these are playoff tested dudes. I feel like
Golden State's a pretty damn good team.
Oh no,
man.
look, it is what it is. Remember, Golden State with that same roster missed the playoffs. right? You see what I'm saying? So it's just things worked for them. Steph got super hot. Okay. Brad, just work. Brad, you just work on James Harden.
I understand
and
what
all
you
that
guys.
stuff.
I understand what you guys are saying, but no, Golden State's a better team. I can't. I know exactly what you're saying. Like I look at that.
I do like Wiggins.
I look
Wiggins,
at those
Canadian.
Piston teams. Wiggins is he's a
Shout out
very
to Andrew
underrated
Wiggins.
player. And I said this when people trash talk Kwame Brown. I think it was a conversation when Prad was trashing Kwame Brown. With Wiggins, he didn't draft himself number one, man.
Wait a minute. Prad knows who Kwame Brown
The
is?
dude is one of the best at what he does in the entire world. He's not the GM that picked him number one. He's just a guy that goes out there and improves his game every single year and won a championship. Oh, Canada. Market's coming back in. My card's about to break 61. If it breaks 61, I'm going to add to that position to the short side. And your PGY, I'm not long this damn thing because it never got down to 10.50 to 11 in the channel I wanted. But a bunch of you are long. And shout out to whoever it was in the chat who was like, go long right now. And I was like, I don't know. I'm not going long until it gets down to VWAP. Congratulations to you because you got $1 out of that trade, at least as PGY up 150%, and they win the day. So PGY is the Lucas of the markets today.
Prad, don't be writing shit in our chat,
What do you do now,
bro.
Prad? What do you say?
Look at the chat.
What do you say? Where is it?
He put GOAT and his Harden is GOAT. He get greater than Jordan. Put greater than LeBron, and that'll really upset Fahad. Okay, but look, I just want to talk about this. We only have 10 minutes. I'm only long Microsoft.
Yo, Prad, dude.
Yeah, and you know, let's just leave Pratt alone. Look at this draft here. It's not super strong, Neil. You're just talking about Andrew Wiggins. Like, Joel Embiid is there at 3. Obviously, that's a great pick.
But at the time...
But that's what I'm saying. Like, Marcus Smart, Julius Randle. There's only, in the top 13, there's only 3 other people that have made the All-Star team. Like that, they're highlighted right here. So it's like, I don't think it was a horrible pick, honestly.
I don't think it was. But the other thing about it, like you have to remember that year, I
There's
feel
Andrew
like
Wiggins.
like Randall, a lot of people thought Randall would go higher. I remember that one that year. And you can't really hate on that. Except for Embiid, a lot of people thought Jabari Parker was going to be way better than he was and he would be the better player.
Duke, right?
But yeah, that's... Look, at the end of the day, like Wiggins has been an unbelievable talent, and I say this all the time, man. Like all you can do is do you, and the player can just go out there and play. And if you have a long career, that means you're good. End of story.
The best thing is Richard Jefferson was trash talking Gilbert Arenas and was like, why would anybody draft this guy ahead of me and this and that? That was really hilarious on that one. Okay, here come the super chats flying in. We said that this was a good time to do it. So thank you, Maz Markets. Yeah, you were on with us earlier this week. Thank you so much, Maz Markets, for that. That means a lot, that 20 right there. Euros or pounds. Thank you so much. Couldn't really see that on my screen. This is a $sign, so thank you to Roger as well, man. It means a lot to us. We will throw all this money back down. Prad and myself, maybe. I don't know. I'll leave it to Pratt. It was his idea. You were mentioning streaming the bowling, so maybe you'll do that a little bit. So check Pratt out on Insta if you do want that one.
No pressure, Fahad. No pressure.
I know, I have more followers. I'm going to be doing other things there at bowling, my friend, other than that. But maybe we'll do that. We have Liz there, so we will.
The main account. You can do the main account.
Maybe we won't stream, but Liz will be there. So hopefully
we'll have clips of it.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have some clips there. I'll be having some margaritas.
The only thing we'll need is once it's mathematically impossible for Fahad to win.
Yeah, then we can show the scoreboard.
Then we'll just show the scoreboard and be like.
I will definitely tweet out. Just follow me today or at tradertv.live. I will be tweeting out the final score no matter what. Plus probably maybe by frame. I might be the only one there that knows they're called frames.
I know it's called a frame.
Okay.
I
thought I was pretty smart there thinking about that, but okay. There's a nice little move up for Microsoft. We did not take. We got to take some out there. So 260.60 out. So I'm done this beer now. I don't know if it's time for round 2 or not. You're nowhere close to being done, I don't think. Brendan, what's your beer? Go to Brendan's screen. Dun, 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 dun. Maggie, you want to do round 2, or are we allowed to have this much on the show here? All right, so let's
put it this way. There's no chance I'm going to be able to spit something if I actually were to finish this. I'll just be honest about it.
Yeah, but 1 beer in an hour. Okay, that's fine. You're spitting something, so that's fine. No pressure.
I'm good.
There's more there. Where do we place bets for bowling?
Yo,
I wish we had that capability. Yeah, go ahead, Neil.
No. I was trying to low-key ask Brendan something.
Oh, low-key. Yeah, Prad's going to make the lines he's saying right now. And look, if Prad is the book, that's probably good, right? Knowing his gambling.
Is it?
Yo, just give me the UFC parlays, man.
Is it good?
Oh, shit. Fahad is back in the building right now. So does Fahad even exist is really the true question.
Are you allowed to wear capris to the bowling alley,
No.
or is it like golf where like
Well,
you
you
have
know
to
what?
be
He could just
a
say it's part of
reasonably
his
dressed
uniform.
human being? Like,
Uniform.
what?
It could be his bowling uniform.
He's stretching.
That's my dog
Get him
right
on
there.
camera, Lucas.
That's my dog.
Lucas, man,
Lucas
throw
ain't
this tool on camera right now. Give me a
Lucas
break.
ain't
He's making
stretching.
a fool of himself.
There we go. Yeah, turn it around. There you see? You see him stretching in the background? That's what he's all about. Fahad stretching there. I like it. I like it. All right. Let's
Capris, man.
I mean, that's my dog right there. He's getting ready to rock and roll. It should be a fun day there. And we only have 7 minutes now. Thank you so much. If you're enjoying the show, I hope you are. It's Free Fall Friday. Hey, Bears versus Bulls, man. No worry about anything. Just make sure there's nothing. You know the kind of stuff that we don't want in the chat. Nobody wants that. Just make sure that's fine as long as it's fun in games.
Dude just pulled a groin.
We are down. Yeah. Don't worry. Bears versus. I want to give a big shout out. I'm not going to say your first name because it's on air, but thank you so much for everything that you do for us, man. It's been a big improvement. Even over. I mean, obviously Miss V had other things to do as well, but the moderation. We wanted to bring on Bears versus Bulls with Miss V, and I think we did actually. And so regardless,
Yo, watch out, that PGY's falling off a little bit here. Like, yeah, they're starting to pull the rug on PGY. So if you got anybody still in this, it just rejected the high of the day. So pulling right back into this $12 range. It's getting too late in the day. I'm not going to play that target. At this point, I just got Micron. I'm looking for it to break the low of the day into the close. I'm going to tighten up my stop and hold on to this one trade that we've had. We shorted at this price in the morning. I shorted this price again, but PGY, bit of a capitulation candle there, so you might want to take some profits if you haven't already.
I love this because now over there, I just brings smiles to my face because what we've created here at Trader TV Live, right? I mean, we got Maggie over there having a great time, Fahad, Lucas,
he's still
everybody.
stretching for real.
Of course, he's still stretching. My dude is not messing around. Here's my hand. Hey, what's up? There's my hand right there. So we are very close. We can see all of this right now, but he's not playing around. And by the way, like, I guess Maggie's not. We're not going to reload the beer, so we'll do that at 4 o'clock, I guess. As we go, but
tough crowd.
Okay, tough crowd. Oh, now she's going back. Okay. Oh, she is going to go get one.
Oh, Bitcoin just pulled back.
Okay. Bitcoin, Ethereum.
We just dropped 100 on Bitcoin, really?
Was there anything about Bitcoin?
Ether just dropped like 50 as well.
You know why? It's dude on the thing. He probably was.
SBF, bro. See, you know what? If SBF came on our show, it would be bouncing to the upside, man. It wouldn't be falling down.
Come on, Sam Bankman.
Because that's what happens when you go on that other
He's
channel.
trying to bank that money in.
You know what happens.
Okay, let's
go.
go. All right, so I'm just going to try to get some out here in whatever stock I'm trading. Microsoft.
The trash talk that's going on in the chat. It's like everyone wants to be there.
Is there a lot of trash talk?
How is it still 65-35? You can't really believe in Fahad that much, people.
No, Neil's not having one.
Apparently I am now. After I spit.
Which cool shot? Okay. All right. Maggie's demanding that we do which shot do you want to do?
Apparently that looks really
You just
cool.
talked to Lucas. So yeah, we are obviously done as well. So we'll start on round 2 and start to line them up.
Uh-oh.
If our producer is watching,
yeah, he's cool.
please close your eyes. Okay.
It's Friday. He's not watching.
I don't know. I mean, Fahad just said in my ear, like, we still don't really have a punishment if Fahad loses. I think
Fahad's gonna do like pigtails and ring the bell or something like that, right?
Are you down with that, Fahad?
I feel like it's not as bad as your wager.
That's bad. No, Capri
you know
is
what?
fine.
You guys got like 10, 15 minutes.
Capri is.
What do you guys think Fahad should have to do? What should Fahad have to do when he loses to Lucas? You guys tell us now. Let's see what's up with that. Because, I mean, ponytails, fair enough. I don't mind. It's not a big deal. It's just, if you guys think of something more fun than that, then he's game. I mean, he thinks he's going to win. He's confident. He's way too confident as far as I'm concerned. Maybe should have a little more humility because he's about to get himself cracked. But I don't see anything. People saying rap. He's not going to rap. Pigtails isn't going to. Push-ups Push-ups is not enough either. He's a pretty athletic guy. Like, drop down and do 20. Like, give me a break. Like, that's... don't get me wrong, like that's fine, but he's not gonna do that. Do the worm, that's not bad. Get him on camera.
No, you can't do anything physical like that. Like the worm. Like come on, it needs to be something. Maybe he has to put like Lucas rules or something.
A belly shot off Lucas.
I'll reveal my face, but his wager has to be worse.
No, you don't have to reveal your face.
Reveal your
Fine.
face.
You don't have if you're not comfortable doing that.
No, don't worry about that.
The worm. I love the worm. That
The
reminds me
worm's
of
not
wrestling.
bad.
There used to be a guy in old school wrestling that did that worm. It was Lawler's kid. I forget his
now
name.
it's you get
Jerry
old,
the King Lawler's kid used to do the worm. What's his name? Oh my God! Before I look this up.
Don't look it up.
Oh, what's his name? I know exactly what he looks like.
By the way, imbalances in 2 minutes, guys, just so you know.
Okay, we went short Apple against this high there. Looks like it is going to go down, go back up.
That's
Sorry.
a real tanking.
This is very. I have to look. Scotty Too Hottie. No, that's his friend. The friend is Scotty Too Hottie. It's the other guy. I'm pretty sure that I'm talking about here. Oh man. It's not Scotty Too Hottie. Okay, anyways, we'll move. Maybe it is. We'll move on off that right now. But I don't think we should be in this. What was it? It was. It's a small buy imbalance. Okay, so.
It's nothing, man.
No, it's not that. It's because I'm short Apple.
Oh.
Like, I don't know if I kind of got sidetracked there a little bit. I liked Apple against that 154 because the market did come down in and we got out of our Microsoft trade for, again, like, I mean, make money, lose money on Microsoft here, like make and then dump out, lose. Again, another flat trade. I mean, I really wish there was something else here for you. So I did take this short thinking that, hey, if these imbalances turn the other way, we're below the 50 period, so is the NASDAQ. Oil's come back in a little bit here, as we know, so maybe this market does want to dump. You have Ether and Bitcoin, you just mentioned that, coming back down to the downside. But then Brendan just put it out right now, 200 million to buy, so my stop is right here at this high, so we'll probably just wind up getting out of Apple. It's really no harm done here, but a little bit foolish getting into a position into the imbalances. No idea where this thing's going to go, so just get ready for it. I mean, we are going to get out at 154.10 break, but right now it's back in here. Steak and cab night. Yeah, man, that would be, if I was at home, it would definitely be one of those nights. It's a beautiful night. I love the barbecue and everything.
It's a barbecue night for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely a barbecue night. Although my daughter's gone vegetarian right now, so I got to
Oh, for real, eh?
Yeah. 7-year-old now vegetarian. I blame gymnastics for that one.
My nephew did that for a little bit, but
I didn't even crack this other beer.
It's a phase sometimes. Whatever. It's a phase that a lot of kids go through that. But it's
all right. Cheers. One more cheers before we go.
Imbalances in 3.
Exactly.
Imbalance
Two,
cheers.
one.
There you go.
There it is.
Should probably say
okay, so what did they come out as? Nobody knows.
I even have mine up.
Apple looks like it wants to go to the upside, so we're going to get ready to take out of that one.
Oh, yeah, we're upside.
There's the imbalances right here, so let's sort them. We still have ARCA on here, TAL's on there, Infinity, NI, I don't really see too much on here, AT&T. We'll sort this and get rid of the ARCA, so you don't have to really look at that, but there's nothing on here. Google as a buy, so that might be rocketing up. Google, yeah, 108 again on Goog and Goog L right there. This is the one I'm looking at, Goog L, 107.50, okay. So a little bit of a bump up there. We are still in our Apple trade. I don't see it on here, but relatively nothing here into the close.
Yeah, it's a nothing burger.
Yeah, not much happening there. We only have 10 minutes until the party gets started here in Toronto. Thank you so much. People were talking,
Yo, just one thing.
No,
by the
I
way.
just got out of Apple low side there.
We I'm out of Micron, but when we talked about it, we didn't show the chart. Come on, give me a break, Binance. There we go. I complain because my chart isn't low, but it's a Chrome thing. But yeah, this is what just happened in Ether. I know Bitcoin rolled over, but Ether just put a move to the downside. And when we started rolling over in the market, really, this happened first. And I think it was pretty much
makes sense.
It was pretty much exactly when SBF went on that other channel there. So I'm not sure what got said there, or if it was just a coincidence. Either way, it was a pretty significant move into the downside. It just goes to show, man. Sometimes what moves markets, you can never really be sure what it's going to be. But yeah, that was a pretty negative end to the day there in crypto. That TAL has an imbalance, but nothing's really happening. I think it's one of those Chinese education companies. If memory serves, yeah, but it's one of the larger imbalances, but not much of a move there. So I don't think there's going to be a trade, particularly in one of these big imbalance names there. That PGY, which I know a lot of you guys are looking at, hasn't really recovered from that failure at the high of the day. But hey, it's holding $12 pretty nicely. 12 was a good breakout. I had a short at 90s and then reversed into a good long into 13. And then I lost trying to short 12 again. So I've twice shorted 12 and then basically lost a few cents. But 12 coming into Monday, that'll be a big linchpin. If it opens gapping below that price, I'd watch out. It's the kind of thing that could always rug pull on you a little bit. So I'd be very careful swinging this over a weekend, especially the way it's rejected that 14 level. But hey, if it's above $12, then a 14 break is probably going to be an interesting one on Monday morning.
Okay, Apple, again, it looks like it's going to be a nothing burger for me. Oh, this sucks. The last couple trades here just haven't done anything. We were able to get something out. So Why nothing? There it is. So, I mean, we did lose on it because it did go down and then back up. So, again, a pretty flat trade again here on Apple. We're spending a little bit of money here, but it's not a lot. We're just kind of...
Someone's asking what these earpods are.
Oh, they're Sony.
Yeah, they're Sony.
Yeah, they're Sony WCF 500s.
I don't know something W.
I got it right here. WFC 500.
If you're interested.
Right there. I have the Google Pixel Buds to go with my Pixel, but
yeah.
I like them. They're actually pretty good. I know my wife loves the AirPods, so that's been great for sure.
Those
so
are
what's
sick.
up, Mish Mish?
Yeah, those are sick.
A few more super chats. Let's get going right now. Yeah, you're welcome, Mish Mish. All right, so we missed one. Can we get some bars? No, you cannot. We already talked about that. So who was this?
What? Did we
Mr.
not get
Miyagi.
there?
No, we're at 1.1. Neil wants
come on.
Neil wants to drop it, but people don't.
That's not fair.
People don't like the raps, Neil. They don't like it. They don't like it.
That's depressing.
There was another super chat. It's disappeared. Here it is. Shout out to Michael there. Thank you so much there for the Kroner, I guess. Krones, DKK, is that what that is? 89 of them. So thank you so much again. We did not mean, I don't care what they're worth dollar-wise. Thank you so much for the super chats. It means a lot to us.
There's still 6 minutes left, guys. You can get 400 more likes.
They will get them.
But I can't, I said I would do this when we get a certain number, right? So we're gonna stick to that. We get to that 1,500, and it's gonna get done, every couple of weeks or whatever. That's all it's about here. We're just trying to have a little bit of fun. But I mean, at the end of the day, we put a lot of work into what we do here, and you guys, you don't even see the half of it with the back, and we have a lot of fun being able to do it for you guys, and just show you that you enjoy it a little bit. And I don't mind. I'll drop some bars here for you guys to be sure. I'm looking over at Lucas and Fahad there, and I'm wondering what kind of trash talk is going on. And I really hope that Lucas is sipping that beer and keeping his game face on.
He is.
Because I can tell you right now, Fahad, from what I can tell, Fahad looks a little nervous. That's all I'm gonna say. He seems a little bit tense.
What?
He seems a little tense, man. You seem tense, Fahad. Are you scared?
I'll pick this guy up with my pinky right now.
Okay, Rat Tail.
Now, he called you Rat Tail. Oh, shit. Okay, here we go. What's up to Mr. Miyagi? Thank you again for the other $5. Man, this is not stopping. We should drink beer more often. Here we go. So some nice outs on Snapchat. Remember there was that one day...
There's a story to the Rat Tail thing.
And I forget who it was, but we did shout about it a bunch of times. You guys should just someone send us beers on Instacart. Look, we spend the super chat money to get beer, right? So you could either send super chats or just flat out send beer. So next week we could do that. It could be a Friday thing. I'm not here next Friday. Oh well.
You're off this Friday?
Yeah, I'm off because I got the tournament. The T-ball tournament starts Friday. So we have a game Friday. I coach girls T-ball. So we have in rep teams. So we have a game Friday. 2 games Saturday, 3 games Sunday, then under the lights Sunday night for the World T-Ball Girls Championship. We've already qualified for that, so we're going to be ready to rock and roll for that one, and then a practice this Sunday. So really excited.
This HKD's now halted up, by the way.
Oh, I meant to. Everyone keeps saying HKD. Yeah, Tony for the fill-in? Sure, why not? We'll get Tony there. Oh, no, Arun's already coming. Arun will be here Friday. Next Friday is Arun Day. Yeah, so what's up to Trey only?
We can try to get Tony to maybe say what's up, for sure.
We will bring home the trophy. You don't have to worry about that conservative movement. And if not, we'll have fun anyways, and that's, to me, what it's all about. I don't want to teach, you have a daughter. We don't want to teach our kids that winning's the only thing. She needs to know that it's very important and that winning is very key, but especially at such a young...
My daughter doesn't get that message.
She's 7 years old.
I love track and field. We're watching track and field, and last year at the Olympics, I'm sure at the time she's 4 years old, and we're watching the women's 100. I go, there's the fastest woman in the world. And she yells out to me. She's like, no, I'm the fastest in the whole world. I'm like,
good.
You're 4. First of all, I'm like, hey, you
fastest 4-year-old in the world.
She's gonna be quick, man. My wife and I both ran track, so she's quick. But let's be real.
The important thing is that she likes to do it.
She loves running.
So that's
maybe a little bit too much sometimes, but
playmaker. Nah, we don't want no participation. Look, I'll take the participation trophy, but they're like little ribbons, right? I mean, we're trying to throw down
win
here.
the ship, bro.
Oh, you watch. I'm gonna be bringing
ship.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna be
ship.
We'll be bringing.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
She's not playing around.
We've
I
got-
saw the swing. She's
You
not
saw.
playing.
You saw.
No,
You saw. I mean, we got this other girl on our team that can hit the ball. I mean, we're fine. We're fine. But shout out to High Park. You know, I live on the west side here in Toronto. So what's up to that? Okay, we're almost done. Like, why did it get so quiet in here? Like, what happened? Is it library?
Yesterday, everyone behind us was going nuts at the
Cheyenne
close,
on the bell,
and now
baby.
it just died and went quiet.
Yeah, we got Cheyenne on the bell coming through in about 2 minutes there. Tony must be running his algorithm into the ground, so he's not going to be here today as well.
It got like eerily quiet around here.
It did get real quiet.
Seriously.
I'm always all about Fahad because of his kid. His kid is so cute. I tweeted it out before. Honestly, even the kid is giving stink eye to Lucas right now. Like, she knows what's good, man. This is going to be an epic, epic time. I've already seen... Tony's in the building, baby.
Tony.
Did I just hear Tony call out there?
Let's go.
Gregory.
Let's go.
Gregory yelling out for Tony. So the algorithm must be turned off. Oh yeah, Liz, Katrina, everybody ducks under the camera. We're
on for like 4.5 hours.
I have to be on for like 5 hours, and I look like this. And we've got we've got much better looking people in general who are avoiding the cameras. But okay, with only a minute and a half to go, it's been a lot of fun. Oh my God, even Katrina's into the sauce already. Okay, this is going to be a real exciting.
It's your second already.
Her second. You're crushing Neil over here.
Crushing me.
Second drink already.
We get to 1,500 yet?
This is gonna be a fun night.
Someone said we did. We get there? There we go. We got 1,500.
Okay,
we'll
so
get
the
some
bars
bars.
will get
We got
dropped
in
afterwards.
In 1 minute, we got the bell. Then we'll drop a little something for you.
I better
By the
cancel
way,
your
the market
orders.
made a tiny bounce, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of a bounce.
Oh yeah,
there.
stop orders. Yeah.
Cancel all your stop orders, stop order alerts. So we're gonna just do a refresh here and cancel all the stop orders.
Hate to be caught over the weekend. You don't want to do that.
You don't want to be caught over the weekend. But shout out to The Weekend, another Toronto-born artist. What's up as Maggie sneaks under the camera as well. But with only 40 seconds to go, I say a shout out to Liz, Katrine, Maggie, Fahad, Lucas, and on the bell. It is the return of Cheyenne again. This is two or three times, so I think she likes the camera, so that's good. Cheyenne there today, coming back on. And then, of course, everybody's favorite, Tony, is on the bell one more time. So this should be a very, very exciting close. What a great week for us here on Trader TV Live. Shout out to Rob helping for us all the time, too. With only 10 seconds to go, here we go, ready to rock and roll. I should put that little guy down there. He's always in every shot. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Clearly, Cheyenne won that one. That was for sure.
Damn.
She got the win there.
After 2 beers in, that's a lot louder than
it is pretty damn
potentially
loud.
normal. It's lucky because Brendan's like about 20 feet away from us, so he doesn't like get the echo directly in the ear. But
there's a couple of traders that sit right next to it, and that's a bit of a problem.
Yeah, if I was one of those guys, I'd just be like, I'd get those industrial earplugs and just make sure that they're in there. But Brendan, good day so far today. Now that's over, let's review what the markets did.
Yeah, it was sell-off right from, about 10 o'clock, I guess it was this morning. 0.9 here for the S&P, 0.6 from the Dow, 1.7 for the NASDAQ, leading the way. The good news, before everyone gets depressed, it was a positive week for all three markets, so hooray.
Yeah, it was a positive week for the market, but that's about all you can say there. Before we drop a few bars, any final words here on the markets?
No, I think that's pretty important, that what Brendan just mentioned there. We do have big-time earnings coming in next week. I think it's really risky to sort of make calls ahead of these markets because, like, I really liked Meta, and I still do, and I still really like Google, but, like, you know, Snapchat single-handedly sent both those stocks down 7+% today. So I just feel like we got to be prudent as much as we can be with our bottom picks. The bottom clearly doesn't seem to be in yet. Let's wait to see what comes from next week. Meta, Google, you know, those companies definitely in trouble. We talked about some safe plays, maybe Microsoft because they don't have that advertising exposure. But for me, I think it's all about next week. It's the best week for me of the year. Every earnings season, I should say. This is the best week of earnings, 4 times a year. We wait for this week where you get all the big boys coming through. The banks are great, to be honest with you. Goldman Sachs is back to 325, which is fantastic after making a 270 bottom or something. So the banks have definitely rallied. But that's really all I have to say. I'm just interested to hear hear who you picked, what we're throwing down, and no pressure. But I guess the mic is to you.
The mic is to me. You guys can try to guess the song and try to guess the rapper here, because I'm trying to do one that you guys are not going to be able to get. But here we go. It's the return of the wild style fashionist. Smashing hits make it hard to adapt to this. Put pizzazz and jazz in this, the cash in this. Master this, blast this, and make them clap to this. DJs throw on cuts and obey the crowd. Just pump the volume up and play it loud. Hip hop's embedded. Before I said I wouldn't let it, but me and the microphone is still magnetic. Straight off the top, I knew I'd be forced to rock. Dance floors just stop, the spot scorching hot. Hoping I open Rakim law seminars, massaged by the bar, smoking $10 cigars while I mob middies with more vision than TVs. I find it easy catching diabetes and fly sweeties. Sit back and wait to hear it slamming track. It's the man by popular demand. I'm back.
Booyah! We'll hit the bag for that one. It's over. Good one.
Now
Cheers.
we can.
Cheers to Neil.
Cheers.
The problem is, you said the dude's name is in the rhyme, but
Okay.
Rakim definitely.
That is true, and I didn't think about that when I said try to guess who it is.
But that was good, man. That was good. No one was guessing that anyways.
The
Neil,
God MC himself.
The one thing I did notice there is like a little bit more of anger in that one. Like,
it's Rakim.
That was like,
It's
yo,
Rakim.
this is what's good right now. So shout out to Neil for that one. Thank you so
That's
much.
my favorite artist. Like Rakim's that's my favorite rapper of all time.
Hey, nothing wrong with Rakim. I love Rakim as well. Everybody, a little bit of old school there. As you can see, Neil and I, we may look 20, but we are much older than that. So
can
shout
see
out
my gray. You see that?
to that. Yeah.
Like,
Brendan could have easily done that as well, but he's busy on the desk here. So, great job, Neil. That was a lot. That was a lot of passion and a lot of fun there. So, hey guys, for everybody at Trader TV Live, can we do that group shot again, Lucas? Oh, yeah, there it is. So you can't really see. Mark, move. Can Mark move to the left? Like there's right in front. There we go. Right in front of Mark is everybody there. So shout out. There's Mark. Shout out to Mark. Who's over there? Liz, Katrine, Cheyenne's over there now. Fahad is there. Lucas is there. Maggie bolted out. And other than
Where'd
that,
Maggie go?
it was a fantastic day. So we'll lift our drinks one more time. Say cheers to everybody. Thanks for watching.
Go Lucas.
Yeah, go
Team Lucas.
Team Pod. It should be a great day. There we go. We're really happy. I'm just going to wrap this up. If I can I wrap this up?
Let's go.
All right. So from everybody here at Trader TV Live, we're going to have a fantastic weekend, as you can tell, and I hope you do too. We'll catch everybody on the flip side Monday. We'll see you soon. Ciao.